drill sergeant used to call me Buttwind. Hey, Buttwind, get over here.
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
I need work.
Good night, folks.
Nailed it.
You are listening to your favorite podcast, Shardouts Uncut, with your host, Bobby Skullface.
That's a solid unit, Mac.
Oscar and Jake.
I call it a rock Fred.
Robert D.
So happy to be here.
The engineer, T2RX6.
The fit and finish.
Everyone's favorite internet troll, Greg for Mercy.
Only troll for good.
Meth Deluxe Baldwin.
Hell Hasbro.
And the most popular tattoo transformer fan ever, the Zepticon.
Hey, ladies.
No, it's just awful. Who's running that company?
I don't scale like that.
Upload complete, fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 77. Shattercast Uncut, it's your favorite podcast. And yes, we saw Jurassic World. Well, I did, and it was amazing. Joining me tonight are the members of the Sacrilegious Seven, trademark Mr. Lenny Decepticon. And looking from left to right on my Skype screen, let's get the ball rolling. He is, let me click on this screen. Here we go. He is Shattercast official attorney. He is your best friend and mine. And he and I got high on a rooftop in Brooklyn. The one, the only Mr. Robert D.
When he says we got high, he means just an elevation.
No, that was weed. That was weed.
So I tripped over a dwarf today.
Is this a true story? Is this a true story, or is this another fictional dwarf story of yours?
No, I'm just lying.
That was.
I thought it'd be funny.
I'll tell you what is awesome. Robert made my wife and I this amazing dinner, amazing Italian dinner, stuffed us full, and giggity. And
Italian sausage, is that what he's calling his penis nowadays?
He's calling it okay, real quick. I served myself a plate, and it was like 2 meatballs and of course a sausage. He's like, you may want to move those around.
This is
I looked down at it
now.
And so we're sitting there eating, right? We're talking, and then I know we just hear his like daughter Scarlett was like really shy, but she's a sweetheart. But she was like really, really shy. But the moment she went to the bedroom with like, Robert's wife and Azalea, it was like she just finally blossomed, and she was just like every 30 seconds like kicking on that freaking baby monitor. And my wife's like, yeah, I like doing my job. It's and Robert's like, so how long ago did your stepdad? How long ago was your stepdad murdered? Oh, we'll have a it's like, yeah, a few years ago. Either way, we had a good time. We went around Chinatown. I almost bought a hat that was immensely offensive.
No, I was trying so hard. It was like a Fu Manchu hat with like a fake braid down the back. And I was begging him to walk around wearing.
It's like, for the people listening, if you ever played Mortal Kombat 2, Shang Tsung's outfit, that little hat he wore that looks like a yellow yarmulke, but it had a ponytail attached to it. That's so nice. Robert's like, buy it, come on, buy it, and just record yourself in here real quick. Just do it. And I'm just like, oh, I can't, dude. It's just fucking wrong. And it's like funny because like we walk into one place and they had this knockoff fucking Transformer like 4-pack set. It had 2 movie figures and 2 friggin' one RID and 1 Energon figure, I think. And they wanted like $15 for the knockoff. So I took a photo and my camera, does a shutter sound. So I just hear, huh? And like this old like Chinese lady's just looking at me. I'm like, I should just probably put this down.
She was like, you try and knock off my knockoff?
That's my IP. That's theory. This is America.
Steering.
They're steering. So I'll talk more about the Jersey trip when I introduce everyone else. I apologize for that segue. He is everyone's favorite tattoo Transformer fan. He's a good photographer. He's actually your favorite photographer and mine. The king of nailing it, Mr. Lenny Decepticon.
Hey guys, how you doing? Still picking up the pieces over here. People were flipping cars for Devastator this week.
Devastator.
Yeah.
He's bloody wank.
Everybody's shanking each other in the aisles. Crazy shit.
I heard Paul Hogan had to come out. I was like, come on, guys, calm down. I mean, come on, stop. Don't do that. Right. Subaru.
Devastator. This is a Devastator.
And speaking of this next individual, he is everyone's favorite Mr. Fix-It. As well, I don't forget that he's a goddamn YouTube uploader. But we already got one guy who fucking whores his channel out on this podcast. He's my good friend and yours. The one and only Mr. Engineer T2RX6 Justin.
What is up? I'm glad somebody else finally remembered.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be your whore.
Like you need help promoting your channel. He's like, oh, well, I want to buy a new third-party figure. Better review more rescue bots.
Yep.
And speaking of rescue...
Go ahead.
You were going to say, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is one of my favorite rescue bots. I'm not sure what his actual name is. We call him Cha-Ching around here.
Well, he looks like a fire truck, but I think he's a T-Rex, too. It's fucked up.
It's confusing.
It's a big fucked up system. Coming up next, he's everyone's favorite rescue bot, the king of hail Hasbro, the user of the most dangerous fighting move in the world, the Hasbro Beam, the one and only Mr. Sir Toys Deluxe, Creamy Legend, Matthew Baldwin.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm happy to be your whore, Justin.
Oh my god.
He's saucy. That's saucy tonight.
Oh, shout out to RLC. I forgot to do that last week and everything. I just want to give a shout out to all those that whole crew that's on Instagram and everything. So I just want to give out Dust Mites, Ultra, Rolling Steel. Yeah, everything. All them.
Good
They'll understand. You were too busy kicking ass hosting, so
And thank you for the nice comments for last week. I got to host and everything, and I really appreciate everything. Saying I did a good job and everything. So really appreciate it. Thank you.
I've even heard the show's better without Bobby. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Never, but I do appreciate all the all the love.
I hear you say stupid shit when you drink bleach and antifreeze together. So, of course, coming up next, he is everyone's favorite internet troll, and after last week's episode, he is clearly BotCon's #1 supporter, the one and only Mr. Greg for Mercy.
I don't have anything to say. I still really hate Hammer Sharpener.
Yeah.
Well, what makes it worse is what's his fuck? Light Speed has a bicep swivel.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
My favorite techno bot is the only one that doesn't have a bicep swivel.
Oh.
But I got Utopia Dystopia coming, so I guess that'll make up for it.
Money bags.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have a good haul next week.
All right.
Can I get that Dystopia for about 50 after you get done with it?
I got something for you for about 50.
All right. It'll be a good time.
They mean sex.
They mean sex.
And speaking of sex, this last guy used to be a porn star till he ended up having a drunken three-way with Louis C.K. and, of course, Dennis Leary. Wow. Fucking heart attack, middle of a sentence. He's Mr. 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. One and only Mr. Bobby Skullface.
What's up, everybody?
He loves the beach.
With my family. Yeah, I'm on vacation with my family. I'm tucked into a little room, so if I'm more quiet than usual, it's because I'm trying to pretend I don't exist at the moment.
Tight like a tiger.
Just so everyone knows, Bobby is not a fan of the beach because clearly the sweet-smelling beach air killed everyone that he's known and loved.
Yeah, when I was a child.
Well,
it's a traumatic experience, but it's
beach
like
did murder his parents in Crime Alley.
That's true. I'm here as my whole in-laws.
Glad I rented it.
It's just it's just less than favorable.
Right on. So, did anybody get anything, Robert?
I got Lil Maggie. Lil Maggie.
Hey.
Which is a sweet figure.
You played with him.
I sure did.
What were your thoughts on him?
He has, for a fucking Legend class figure, he has like 20 times the articulation as a fucking leader class. He actually looks really, really good for a Legends class figure. His ult mode's actually really fun. And yeah, he's not a bad figure.
I'll tell you what. When Oscar came over, right, and he walked up to my display, and you could tell, you know, it's like someone's display, especially if you're a collector, you know to be respectful of their display. It's usually people who don't collect just fucking grab whatever they want before even asking. But I was like, dude, do whatever you want. I was like, if anybody in the world I trust, fucking take whatever you want off and play with it. I don't give a shit. It's you. Go ahead. You know. It was cool.
Hey, I was going to say, man, I'm not sure about that. Everything Oscar touches breaks.
If everybody on this show were to come to my house, the one person I'd be most worried about is Oscar, because I've had to repair so many things at this point.
What? You fixed 2 things. I don't see how that's a lot. I even offered you financial compensation for your time.
It's woman rules, Oscar. It's woman rules.
Horrible bastard.
Like every time I leave like my socks on the floor, I've done it 80 million times.
Exactly. You get used to that mentality. So.
But no, it was a lot of fun, man. It was so cool seeing somebody like a friend of mine who appreciated what he saw. You know what I mean? Like my old friend had visited a few weeks ago, and he saw the collection, and it was overwhelming to him because he's not really active into collecting Transformers now. But it was cool to see someone looking at everything and taking it all in and playing with stuff. It was really fun. I had a fun time. But I also got, what's this fucker's name? Speed Wheel? It sounds like a goddamn drug. Light speed. Speed Wheel.
Also known as Good Time, or the good guy at the party.
Oh, let's go get 8-ball. I mean Speed Wheel. I mean Light Speed.
Speedball? Come on, Belushi, let's do it. Yeah, low below.
But speaking of new figures, really quick, shout out to Tyler for doing his first YouTube review on Fans Toys Tesla.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
It did not.
He was
stop.
first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was PMing him like, fucking record. He's like, I have to find my good camera. I was like, the best camera is the one at hand. Fucking record.
Fuck those haters too, man. That were talking shit and everything, man. Fuck those guys, man. If it's your first time, yeah, there were people talking about the way he was doing it and the way he was calling it, or something like. Somebody said preceptor or something like that. I don't know. I just like, man, come on now, dude. This is his first video. Give him cut some slack.
I got news for you, Tyler.
It's gonna be like that all the time.
It's gonna be like that all the time.
Yeah,
but
well, thumb when you enter the world of YouTube, those that can't criticize and those that do end up doing. So just remember.
I mean, I could never have done it. He did a great job. I would never have been able to do that, especially on my first time. So kudos to you, Tyler. All right, that's it.
All right, so up next, Decepticon. Did you get anything this week?
I got a couple of things, just a couple of little things. I got Warbotron hammer sharpener, no bicep swivel. Fucking, it's a nice looking figure though. I like it.
It is a nice looking figure.
And I got that Metro Titan Make Toys Dystopia, and it's fucking beautiful.
Damn.
The only thing that, like, who has Utopia here?
I have it actually sitting right beside me.
Robert had 3 in the kitchen.
I had 3. I threw them out.
Right, so you know how good the ratchets are on all the joints, and it feels really solid. There just seems to be a little bit too much give between before the ratchet kick. Like, it feels like the plastic is almost bending.
If you lower your voice, you can hear Bobby masturbating to the ratchets.
Yes.
But it's a great figure.
Mine, just give you some backup sound.
And it's got a new. That was nice.
All right. Oh, very nice.
Max had.
Dude, I think you just transformed.
What the fuck?
In a Michael Bay movie.
Hey, Lenny, you repeat that again because you cut out a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got a new face sculpt, so like it's all chromed up and it's real pretty.
He's got a snarl on his lip.
You and Greg and Bobby, you're elitists. You're third-party elitists of the third-party elite.
Yeah, you guys bash Hasbro.
Oh, he
it's like you're the pinnacle. I have Utopia. Well, I have Utopia and Dystopia. And I'm like, I got fucking Speed Wheel.
I do not have Dystopia.
Not yet. Anyway, anything else, Lenny?
No, that's it. Just the
all
tip.
right. Fantastic. Justin, did you get anything this week?
Did you just say just the tip?
I got Shattered Glass, what's his name? Stepper. That's all.
All right. Okay.
I've completed that set of characters again, so I'm happy.
Cool. Okay, cool. Matters, did you get anything?
No, sir. That's
Okay.
it.
Oh yeah, I also want to add in that his paint actually sucks, and there's gold all over the place, and yeah, it's terrible.
Which figure is that? Shattered Glass what?
Stepper, the BotCon orange Stepper. So nowhere near as good as the Million Publishing one. This one actually, yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty
It's
bad.
a high C orange lava burst version of Jazz.
Yep.
Up next, Gregors, did you get anything this week, buddy?
Yeah, I got Hammer Sharpener. I got another turbo ejector because I sold mine because I was going to get a set when it came out because you know how everybody's selling discount combiner sets now when they're all out. But my preferred retailer wasn't sure if he would have all 5 of them by the time it was over, so I got another one. I got something from fucking... What did I get? Oh, I got a Hasbro MP10 reissue to go with the Takara one I'm getting on Friday.
How's that mold? How is it with the reissue? Is it still just as tight?
Oh, it's better. Oh, yeah, it's better, much better than my first one had issues with the chestnut closing. I think I shared that in the chat. But everything else, man, was fucking nice. Like really nice joints. There was no flop. My first one was really loose. So I sent it back for a replacement, and I was a little concerned. But the one I got, the chest is perfect, and the joints are just as good, if not better. And I feel like I got something else, but it must not have been anything important because I don't remember. I got some stuff coming for next week, though. Don't worry. I got a little Baldwin drop.
I was kind of worried.
Yeah, I got a little Baldwin drop.
Does it rhyme with Schmishmopia?
No, he's not at American retailers. And I refuse to deal. Oh, is he in somewhere?
Who's this?
Dystopia?
Oh no, I don't know. I mean, I have no clue.
Did you really not know what he was talking about when he said Schmishmopia?
Yeah, I knew what he was talking about. But I knew that American retailers were planning on getting Dystopia, so I thought you had an inline on some old, like a super surprise unit. I was shooting for the stars for you.
I don't deal with the red Chinese, so I have to wait for everybody else. Oh, you know what I think I did get since the last show? I got Trace. Did I have him last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you mentioned him last week.
No, poop.
No.
Oh well.
All right, Bobby.
Sad to say, I got a Hasbro Nightbeat.
Yay!
After listening to you guys talk last week, I was like, fuck. Just in case I end up wanting that little upgrade set, I'm going to go ahead and pick this thing up. They had one in my Toys R Us for $10. And then, when I was... Yeah, when I was in round 2. When I was...
It ain't no
Deluxe said, that ain't no when I was coming down to the beach, I was watching. Actually, shout out to Braves Toy Reviews. I was watching some of his reviews, his non-Transformer reviews. And he reviewed DC Collectibles Arkham Knight or whatever this new one is, Red Hood figure. That's an exclusive to GameStop. And I was like, I've had DC collectible figures in the past, and I haven't been impressed ever. But I was like, damn, this looks like it's on the money. So I picked up Red Hood and Scarecrow at a GameStop on the way down. And they are surprisingly good, especially for their price point. $25, $5 more than a Marvel Legend, and
wait till that icon line hits.
Yeah, I know. It's got me. I'll be honest with you, Oscar. I was thinking about that. It's got me really excited about that Icons line, because that Icons line is also at the $25 price point, and the shit that they were able to do with this Red Hood figure that is obviously not going to be a repaint. You know what I mean? It was pretty inspiring. I was like, holy shit! We were talking in the chat today, at least Matt and I and Robert, and I was just like, I don't know how DC Collectibles can afford to do this for a figure of $5 more than a Marvel Legend, and it's not going to be repainted. It's fucking dry brushed. It's fucking washed. There's tons of fucking sculpt work on it. It's equally as articulated. It's a bigger figure, and it's only $5 more.
That shows
I don't
you the profit margin that the Marvel makes.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Marvel
Yeah,
reuses their things.
Well, it's
constantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who makes Marvel Legends now? Oh, that's
Exactly.
right.
Yeah, it's
Hasbro
it's a Hasbro.
does.
Yep, it's a Hasbro thing.
Right on.
I'm glad those are good because I almost picked those up. I just don't have it in me to get the play arts, guys.
Yeah, Scarecrow is not. I know you've been looking for a Scarecrow, Greg. It's not as good as Red Hood, but Red Hood is fucking like on the money.
Red Hood's in the game.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Spoiler 2 weeks ago. So I actually adopted some unwanted figures from the D household.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, I adopted a Fans Project Columpio and Kubar.
MIB, baby.
MIB, exactly. And what else? Oh, Transformers. Right in the ass. And
All right.
I also got a first edition Bumblebee from TF Prime line, also from the Robert D household. Some iGear freaking mini bots, very grumpy gears, and a very stoned out beachcomber.
So stoned that he's messed up his entire paint job.
Yeah, he passed out in front of the sun and the shit just faded. Like a Honda Accord's paint job. I also got the Perfect Effect Perfect Combiner add-on set.
Not for me.
Not from Robert, no. I purchased that from Big Bad Toy Store. Night Beat from Big Bad Toy Store for $7.99. And shout out to my dad, who I went to go visit in New Jersey for the first time in years, and the bastard bought me a Combiner Wars breakdown.
That's awesome.
The ugliest figure in the entire line. And he's like, hey, look what I got you. Hey, welcome. I'm just like, haha. And then the videos started rolling in.
Which add-on kit did you get? For Superion or?
For Menasor, actually. I bought that because I got breakdown, and I was like, well, and I scored a freaking Motor Master and a drag strip from a lawn sale here in my neighborhood before we went up to New Jersey, and I paid about $10 tops for both. They don't have weapons, so it's not like what I need to sort for what. Let's see what else I got.
You got one other thing.
Oh yeah. So in our trip to Chinatown, we went to this mall that was basically like literally in the basement, and it smelled like dirty.
We thought we were gonna get roofied, and we're gonna wake up with fucking stitches where our kidneys used to be.
Yeah, or at least in a freaking sailboat heading towards Shanghai. But it was like we walked in there was just one dude by the door standing there with his leg up. I'm just like, oh man. So I pulled my wife closer, like, oh boy, here we go. This shit's gonna bust out to a Jackie Chan fight scene. But we get this place.
Round Eye. He called us Round Eye.
He called us Round Eye. We go downstairs to the basement level where they had like some specialty shops, and the place smelled like stinky bare feet, and like in a locker room. And
so like a bag of Fritos.
Pretty much, yeah. So we walked into one store, then Robert saw this massive knockoff police bot, super changer robot, police robot, I believe it was called. And when I got home from Jersey, taking him out of the box, he fell apart. And
no,
yeah, and getting him into robot mode, he does not close up at all. And the sad part is he kind of feels like fucking Combiner Wars Blades, which I also got this week. And
I'm sorry.
Is that your Devastator?
What?
Is that your Combiner Wars Devastator?
No.
No.
I like the way you said
that's
that.
funny.
Like, no.
It's not mine. No,
Get
dumbass.
this goddamn fucking Oscar's poor Minosaur. He's like, first it was a fucking plane. Now there's a fucking helicopter on my goddamn arm.
Got the goddamn helicopter. And today I took my nephew out to buy some stuff, just for the hell of it, because he's been good while I was gone. And I ended up picking up Combiner Wars Cyclonus, and apparently it makes the KFC one look like a masterpiece. So
I don't know. The KFC one's pretty bad.
I don't know, dude. You haven't owned Combiner Wars Cyclonus yet. Oh, I also got
Yeah, I have. I
Cyclones.
sold them.
I basically picked up the rest of the Combiner Wars fucking Deluxe and Voyagers that were available. So, boom.
I like Cyclones.
There you go. No, I don't. I think he's absolute shit.
He's my Cyclones. He replaced everything. He's my Cyclones.
That's why you're a fool.
I know he's the Cyclones we need.
Clearly not the one we deserve.
No, he's not.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Also, we went in New Jersey because I posted some photos on the Facebook page. Had to do it. I walked into this place called Mitsuda Plaza. As soon as I saw the name, and this is a town called Edgewater. I kind of grew up there, a big chunk of my life besides Jersey City, and the place used to be called Johan, but it was more Korean. Well, Mitsuda is a Japanese company. I'm told by people that live there. They bought out the plaza, so I was like, oh man, they're gonna have fucking robots. I walk in there and I hit like the mother load of like overpriced Japanese imports in that bitch. I walked away with the RID wide load or whatever his name is. He's part of that fucking shitty 4-bot combiner.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of a souvenir. And so like, the people in there see me take photos and everyone's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking photos. I'm on this podcast and I'm just going to post it on a Facebook page. Nothing bad, I promise. Oh, okay. You want to buy Rockdown? I'm like, no. I just took a photo of them. It's a good price. So like these guys, they don't like, it's not like they have shelf tags. They literally like price gun this shit. So I picked them up and I finally decided to look by the barcode. There's a price tag, $89.99 for a Transformers Adventures redecoed animated lockdown.
Wow.
God, dang.
They had the Generations bombshell there too, and they wanted $35 for him, the Legends class.
Come on.
Well, that's not bad. The 35, I think I would have paid for mine, but that lockdown, you can get them like for 30 or 40 on BBTS.
Yeah,
Are you sure that wasn't in yen?
No, dude, that's US dollars, buddy.
It was 350, 350. Or no, wait, yeah, 3,500 yen.
No, it's $35. There was a decimal point and everything. So trust me, I asked. You don't look at prices like that and go, "Oh well." You go, "Is this right?" And the guy looks at you and goes, "Yeah, it's correct. Right, what's wrong?" And you're like, "Nothing."
What's wrong?
What's wrong? So I walk out of there and I see this bookstore and they had like figures on top, like Figma, SH Figure Art shit up there. They had pack. So like I walk in there and the shit was like loaded to the brim with like, obviously Asians. As soon as I walk in, the thing goes ding ding, and they all turned and just looked at me. And I was like, just gotta go ahead and back up out of here. Real slow. Real slow. Okay, now run to the car. No.
And one of them was like, "That Rock 5, motherfucker."
I was wearing,
There's
I was
one
wearing,
sign
I
for him
was,
behind the counter.
I was wearing the podcast shirt too, so they're probably like, "Well, look who showed up, Mr. Rescue. Well, welcome Rome, mother rocker. You gonna look like a Rochester murder." No, I just walked in, y'all looked at me, and I was like, I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, I can't read half the shit in the store anyway. I'll just, do, and turn around and headed out of there and jumped into my fucking Toyota fucking Prius, which is
Going
awesome.
round die.
It's like, it kills me, dude. Like, we fly all the way to New Jersey to get a rental car. So, I don't care what we get. But of all the cars to get, I get one with a fucking Florida tag. So up there where we were staying at in Edgewater for that night when I went to Mitsuda, I'm getting followed by every fucking cop in that town because they're running plates. Because obviously, it's not New Jersey. They don't see a license plate up front. Oh shit, this guy's breaking the law. So yeah, that was fucking fun. But other than that, going to Brooklyn with Robert was fucking fun. He has a lovely wife. His kids are awesome. I got the whole little Azalea. She threw up on me.
And my cat scratched you.
Yeah, and his cat tried to scratch me, but I apparently, according to my wife, I started it. So, what is she?
You did try to eat him.
No. I tried to say
in honor of my listeners.
Yeah.
What are these meatballs made out of?
You got to get that Figuarts Harley, man. Just as a heads up.
Really?
To go with your Joker, she's fucking fantastic.
I'll think about it. But other than that, it was a good trip. So, as always, you can go ahead and score some shirts, hoodies, and bumper stickers by hitting us up on the Facebook page at facebook.com/Shattercast Uncut. And before we get into movie show news, I want to go ahead and have everyone here give a round of applause to Mr. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin for doing a phenomenal job last week.
Yay!
It's
Very
hard
good
as shit,
job.
man. You're very good, dude. You are a master at this shit because I was so nervous. I don't know how you do it, man. It's hard, but
How many times did we have to restart the show? 3, 4?
3 times. 3 times. I tried to do like Oscar at one point, but they're like, no, don't do that because Oscar's Oscar. And I was like, okay, because I was trying to make something funny up and everything. I don't know how the fuck to do that. I just started just fucking stuttering and just like, all right, let's start over. And then I tried to do something. Oh, sorry.
I love how Matt would put on his like professional hat. Like when I was listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this is so good." And he'd be like, "Yeah, guys, so let's move on. So Hasbro's doing something else, and everything like that." And
It's like I said in the chat. It sounds like a politician. I was watching a politician speak.
I know. I
think Greg mentioned that point. It's like you're acting like fucking children. Like he's got to round everybody up and everything because everybody, fucking around.
Yeah.
I think Greg.
I loved like a listener wrote us about that episode and was like, "Hey guys, like I'm a long time listener, pretty much been around since day one. I really enjoyed this last episode. It was like Matt finally came. Like it was like I've watched him grown into adulthood. talking
like 8 years old or some shit.
Talking about how Matt started trashing Hasbro products. It was like he's finally seen it. It's like I've seen him grow up before my eyes."
It was a great show. Everybody it was good. I liked it. It was a long show, but it was a good show.
There's a lot of coming of age in the SCU crew. First, you had Matt hosting and Tyler doing reviews.
There you go.
Emotional. And speaking of emotional, they promised this time it will be different. For real, they mean it. More robot time for the next Transformers movie.
So that's
Michael Bay also loves you and will come in your mouth.
And he's also a feminist.
The Transformers will be treated as real characters. As a fan as well as a writer, I promise we're delivering some awesomeness. That's the main quote from this article. It just, I'll tell you, like, I'm weary of that sort of thing, not only because, history has proven that not to be the case, but I'll never forget when that first movie was getting ready to come out. They had, like I was still on dial-up internet, and they had like this these blogs that they were releasing like every couple weeks about it.
You guys remember my AOL password?
It was on their it was on their like the transformersthemovie.com, like their official website. They had like a blog that they were doing every week, like the month until it led up to the movie. And one of the things that they commented on that like sent me over the moon, like as far as excitement, was they were like, one of the things we're really on is Megatron and Starscream's relationship. We know it was really important to the cartoon, and we wanted to make sure that we really tried to make that a main focus of the movie. And I saw the movie, and I was like, "There's like fucking 30 seconds about this shit."
Nah, it's more like 7-second segment of the two of them. Lord Megatron, you failed me, Starscream. Fuck you, guy, and he transformed the.
I'm out,
Megatron. Megatron, did you see me land on that dam? Great, bye.
right.
We're such great friends. Gong, 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 gong. Oh, I forgot the gong, gong, gong. And I'm a scooter. So yeah, I mean, I totally trust this type of stuff coming from someone named Lindsay Beer. Have another. We'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully, it's true.
Shout out to Lindsay Beer. She keeps it thugged out.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to know more about Lindsay Beer. Actually,
is she in the movie?
Just in general.
Yeah.
I hope so.
You have a raw hyperlinks on the show notes there, Bobby? No.
Has anyone read the comments below this post? Everyone drinking the cool.
No.
Super awesome. This is fantastic news. Awesome news.
That's Mountain Dew nerds right there.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
pretty much on TFW, everyone has like one of their comments, and they just post it on every fucking thread. It's like watching a certain reviewer we know.
It's just going to the clipboard.
It's kind of like you watch it and I don't know. You watch it and you're like really intense with it, and I don't know. And then you really watch it good and you pay attention to what's going on. I don't know. You just do it.
Once in a while you get a gym out there, but most of the time it's just.
That was a funny fucking video, Greg. By the way.
Hey, if you're watching Transformers, at least you're not alone. It's hard to be alone in a crowded movie theater.
It's a whole lot of lonely people in one place.
You're not sitting in the basement shaming yourself.
I'm not lonely.
With tiny wines.
Wait. I'm not lonely.
I'm not lonely. I got Rosie Tom.
I take my wife. She likes it.
But you know what? What I don't get is why would they? You know, there's a saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why would they change their formula? Why should they change their formula?
They haven't. This is what they say every movie.
Yeah. It's all about the robots.
Because they hear the fact that it is broke. You know, the money-making aspect's not broke.
That's all that matters to them.
Right. But how they get the people who are screaming that it's not good and all that stuff to come back and check it out is making the false promises. You know?
Well, I read an
wait till
article.
your review.
We heard you all. We're going to fix it this time around.
And the one thing that you have to remember is that like we are responsible for opening night and opening weekend sales. Do you know what I mean? Like not 100%, but that opening weekend box office for Transformers, I mean, that's where they get their bang for their buck with the Transformer fans, because they're the ones that are going to the midnight showings and all that in the third. You know, like whenever you go to any sort of movie like that, like at midnight, the movie can be completely crowded and everybody's fucking into it. Nobody's fucking goofing off or anything, because it's a fucking, you know, it's a somewhat of a sacrifice, you know, to like go at that hour on a fucking weeknight.
It's past their bedtime. They're awake. They're excited.
Yeah. So fanfare, I guess, fan service.
I read a
We'll
article, short article about Transformers 5 and what to expect, and it was talking about how Transformers, you know, every year it's a phenomenon because like it keeps getting bigger, even though it's been like 30 years and attracting people. And then it said, and I can't remember how they segued into it. And it's like, you know, the movies are a phenomenon in their own right, the genre. The movies keep getting worse, and they keep making more and more money.
I was talking to a friend. He just watched Age of Extinction. He's like just yesterday, and he's like, "Why do you like this stuff?" I was like, I literally told him, I was like, Michael Bay is probably one of the best things that happened to Transformers, and probably the worst thing that happened to Transformers.
Yeah,
because
that's well said.
you know, I mean, it was at a standstill, you know, and he brought the movies along, and it made it, you know, global, you know. I mean. So, but he also brought, you know, some terrible movies too. So.
It also made them more like a household relevant name too. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you know, it'd been around for 30 years, but you know, the movies just brought it to, and you know, it brings in new fans too. You know, the kids, you know, and everything like this stuff and everything. That's good.
Yeah, but maybe they would have anyway if they were actually like something.
Dude, where was Transformers at before the movies?
Anyway.
Where were the Transformers at? I mean, I think they did the classic line. I think.
No, but it's like what came first, chicken or the egg? You're saying, oh, the franchise exploded because of Michael Bay, or were people just ready for a new movie and they're settling for this?
Well,
you know?
I think that you're both right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it exploded because of the movie, but that doesn't mean that, you know, they wouldn't have exploded for, you know, an even worse.
Yeah, whoever directed it would have mattered. I mean,
or better, Mr. Positive.
Hey.
Right, yeah, well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like,
Mr. Positive.
I'm trying,
got him.
I'm trying to back up your point, Robert. Actually, but
I'm an asshole.
I could think of worse Transformers movies, to be honest. Though, I mean, it could be like Neon with Optimus Prime having window nipples and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good time right there.
Turn the wipers on high, sir. Yeah, that's right.
All I have to say is Michael Bay put the stink in Age of Extinction.
He's been writing that for class.
I see what you did there, but that was pretty gay. So, speaking of...
Can we skip this story? We gotta skip this story.
I was going to say...
Oh, come on. No, you guys want to know how you could win a diorama, which is basically the same size as a Xerox piece of paper and fucking fancy picture on it?
Listen,
I know Justin wants to skip this.
Somebody I know on this podcast is going to be buying my Ark set, and I don't want him to be like, you know what, that's good enough. So,
actually, well, that does look pretty good.
Yeah, because it's not like he can make it to TFCon, but he's got to go to San Diego Comic-Con at booth number 2343 for Entertainment Earth and claim his prize.
Oh, whatever. This should be on their website.
That's another thing.
Did any of you guys have the paper playset as a kid?
I did.
Like the
No,
paper
I
transformer.
My dad just threw me the Sunday paper. Was like, there you go. It's a building.
I had that shit, man. Like,
Yeah, I had
it was
one.
a piece of shit, but I had tons of fucking fun with it as a kid. Like, it was supposed to be, I guess, the Ark and the volcano, but it didn't really feel anything like it.
Wasn't it like white and red? The weird thing is, like, I remember seeing that one, and then like I had this base that was also like a cardboard thing, and it was like blue and yellow and stuff, and I could have sworn it was Transformers, but I can never find
Looking it up
proof
now.
of its existence anymore.
Yeah, it was huge, you know, and like it would buckle under the weight of those fucking heavy ass G1 figures.
Yeah,
But I can't even find a picture of it.
yeah.
Somebody posted a link to this on Facebook. I think I'm gonna start doing my favorite stupid ass Transformers trading group quotes of the week every week.
Yes.
Somebody posted this, and they were talking about how great it was. I was like, man, the stuff that Repro-Labels is doing, the Toy Hacks background's way better.
Amen.
And somebody was like, yeah, but some people can't afford to spend $35 or $40 on the backdrop. They're giving these away for free. And I'm like, yeah, you've obviously never been to Comic-Con, have you?
Yeah.
You're in the wrong.
Listen.
You're in the wrong collection if you think $30 or $40 is something that you can't afford.
It's not even that. You have to be lucky enough to get a ticket. You have to pay for the ticket. You have to fly to fucking California. You have to wait in fucking line. You have to buy like the certain amount of shit you have to buy to get this, and then you get it, or you can spend $40.
You have to understand, this is available from someone that is not a third party company. It's Superior. So
that is true. Hail Hasbro.
Nah. If I was there and got the choice, I'd get the pony one.
I found it. I found a picture of it. Yeah, I had this shit. This shit was like, it was called. It looks like it was called the Activity Center.
Somebody was selling one in the cafe. Not too long ago.
Yeah, I'll post it here under the Transformer News. Shit. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it's a cool idea, but I agree with Greg that I think the label sets are just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, if I could get it for, like $5 or $10 off their own website, like, yeah, I'd get this over to Toy Hacks one. Like, it's good enough for the price. But like, yeah, if it's only SDCC thing and you gotta whatever, yeah, it's just never mind.
Those are the two favorite words in a Transformers collector's vocabulary, Justin. Good and enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's another thing, real quick, just before we move on. If you're an adult and $30 is really hurting you, like, put the toys aside, Mac. Put the toys aside. Put the hobby aside. Get your life together.
Pay some bills, bitch.
Once your life is together, come on back. The fandom will still be here.
It will be.
And start looking into
your house.
And start looking for some accessories for your figures. If $30 is like, if you can't afford $30, and that's not me being a snob about it. That's me commenting on you saying, as a fucking grown ass man, that $30 is something that you cannot afford.
Well, now you're just coming across as an elitist and negative.
I'm trying not to. Oscar, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Hail Skullface.
Stop it.
You're
anyway,
fat. Just like that.
Fat.
Hey, real quick. So like I'm podcasting while I'm on vacation, right? And I was telling the guys earlier before the show started that like I kind of feel like I'm like sick, and they've all come to visit me because I'm like in my bed, like with my laptop on my chest and like laying like under the covers, my head propped up onto pillows.
Schoolgirl.
So like why would you make it weird, Matt? So like I text.
Hail Hasbro.
Why wouldn't Matt make it weird?
So I text my wife and I was like, "Would you mind bringing me some coffee?" So like she came down with this cup of coffee. I guess she filled it too full, and she had like this napkin underneath, and she's like trying to give it to me gently, and I'm like trying to get it, and I'm like holding it, and I'm like stringing at the top, and she's like assisting me with it. It just played into the I feel like I'm sick and gonna die vibe I got going on here.
She put a straw in it for you, Bobby.
Exactly. Is
it a flexi straw? If she doesn't need that, clearly you guys need to talk. Okay,
she said it would lighten my negative mood.
Moving on to something kind of positive. We have SDCC Transformers panels announced, women and Transformers, and of course an IDW panel. So,
Right.
yeah, who's going to SDCC besides Lenny to get that arc?
Yule is going to be there.
All right.
Optimus Prime Yule.
He's probably the only one that doesn't have to pay because he just approaches, the guys like, okay, that'll be $200. Just runs his hands through his hair. Never mind, man. Go on in. I'm not gay or nothing, but I take care of him.
Do you think Yule's sad about the MP Optimus Primal reveal?
Hell no.
No. Oh, you mean because of the hair?
Yeah, because it's.
I don't know. I'll ask him about it. I'll tell you this. I am
It's totally smooth.
I'm a comfortable in my own skin heterosexual male. But if I were to be alone with Yule, I would run my fingers through his hair. No bullshit.
Oh, no doubt.
Just being honest. But here what we have is from Windblade to RC to Strong Arm and the brand new combiner making her debut at SDCC. Female Transformer characters have finally gotten their due, but behind the page and in fandom, behind the page and in fandom, even bigger changes have been happening. Panelists, including Transformers comics writers Margaret Scott, Georgia Ball, artist Corin Howell, and Sarah Petrie de Rocher.
It's pronounced Palin.
Hasbro, Sarah Carroll, and special guests Friday. So, yeah, I am Woman Hear Me Roar. I mean, I guess I hope that they are able to do something. I'm not totally optimistic about the direction that the Transformers comics have been headed in recently. So,
the Transformers even eat sandwiches?
That's a fucking Lenny statement right there.
Yeah. I was going to say that this is how it all starts. They let them vote, and now they're letting them write comics.
Send all hate mail at shattercastonline@gmail.com. Attention, Lenny and Greg. As the rest of us do not agree or concur with those following statements, but they are funny.
However, my wife can hook sandwich up.
Feminism on this podcast.
Did you see that picture I posted on Facebook? I got a more positive response than I thought.
Who's going to make the sandwiches? What are we going to do with all these sandwiches? That one. Even my wife had a chuckle at that. She's just like, ha!
Oh, God.
That's what they get when they marry.
Hey, shout out to Forge Circuit. She's probably listening right now, and she's our only female listener, so hopefully she hasn't turned it off.
Well, thanks for that little comment we just had there. She just did. So, moving on to third-party news. Warbotron Grimlock accessory for Computron.
Okay, so
pre-ordered mine because this guy is like that is one ugly ass T-Rex. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's got like an alligator jaw.
This is I'm passing.
Grimlock look retarded.
Is anybody in on this?
Fuck yeah.
I'm not after that last fucking set.
No way.
Yeah,
He's going right at my butt.
This is another build.
Robert, honey, your package came in sweet. Oh yeah.
I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a cool idea, like conceptually, obviously the connection between Computron and the Dinobot or Grimlock, but spoilers. But like I definitely like I could justify the Shockwave thing as an accessory. This isn't really an accessory, so I can't really justify this purchase. So I'm out.
He transforms it to a gun. There it is in image number fucking.
No, he
whatever.
doesn't.
Yeah, that's his gun mode.
Pre-order.
Yeah. Oh, I see which one you're talking about, Oscar. You're talking about Grimlock 6, Warbotron Grimlock. Yeah, that's gun mode.
His gun mode.
Yeah. You guys are nuts.
Pew pew pew. He doesn't even fire bullets. He just goes pew pew pew. I'm dangerous. Pew.
Now apparently, this was designed by the DX9 folks, and
so it's fucked.
I thought it was.
Well, I think that's
Factory.
Yeah, I thought it was Iron Factory.
Oh, Iron Factory. I'm sorry, Iron Factory.
This could be awesome then.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I think that it's cool that they're collaborating on something. Like I would love to see more stuff like that. Like I'd love to see like X Transbots collaborate with like a company that makes better shit.
I really thought it was
pretty awesome.
I thought it was going to come out with the dev series. So I thought we'll just put out all the Dinobots because of the Constructicons. But
yeah,
maybe that's what they'll do. They might announce that one further down.
Yep, that's a good point.
I think
one Dinobot per set.
He looks better than Toy World. He looks better than Toy World Hackfuck, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, that was the very first thing I said. That thing looks like shit.
I agree, but that's like Justin nailed that like really early on. I think the first prototype images we saw, Justin was like, they've sacrificed too much with Grimlock in order to make him combine, where he no longer looks like Grimlock.
Oh,
He's
man.
got teeth.
I feel like shit. That guy's on his way.
This guy still has his front teeth. He hasn't started meth yet.
Yeah. Hey, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that thing I posted about what Skylinks is going to be? Maybe as combiners, like he's going to be.
Piranacon.
Yeah, that would hurt my feelings because Piranacon is not a fucking Voltron knockoff like fucking Skylinks looks like.
Yeah, I can see that being the case, though. But I think this Grimlock looks okay. I like in robot mode. Dino mode doesn't do a whole lot for me, but in robot mode, I think he looks okay. It's just I can't justify the cost.
Yeah, I was really worried at first that they were actually going to put this in the set with them because that's how they kind of advertised it, and that would have been, like I'm like, how much is that going to either jack up the cost or like can't you just make it cheaper and not make me get this thing? So
can't y'all just be happy? God damn.
Yeah, how can you not love this? How can you not love this little fella?
I can tell you how I cannot, because he has no scale with the rest of the robots at all. Like even in their individual modes, he's still a tiny little thing. Like I don't remember Grimlock coming up to Strafe's dick.
Speaking of which,
Grimlock won't know you want blowjob.
Strafe
now call me. Yeah, he look. He's supposed to obviously scale with the combiner.
Right.
I mean, obviously. And
Strafe looks amazing.
But obviously, he doesn't scale with anything else.
Speaking of knockoff, that Strafe looks like shit.
You are crazy. That Strafe looks awesome.
I got this.
With his little pointy toes
in front of me.
Dude, I like the pointy toes. It's like Rob Liefeld drew all of these Transformers.
He's like got influence from the Iron Sheik's wrestling outfit. I put you in camel clutch. I break your back. I fuck your ass. I humble you.
I think he looks fantastic.
Camel clutch. Was that his move? Was that the move? Camel clutch.
Yeah, camel clutch. I put you in camel clutch. I break your back. I humble you and I fuck you in ass. Show you what man do. That's when he was like on his tirade and blowing up on like social media.
Are you in for this, Greg?
No.
Ah, that is smart. He not buy this shit. I put him in camel clutch.
You're not getting little Grimmy?
No, Mr. Grimlock. Oh.
You're not getting little Grimmy?
Robert, you're all alone.
Watch those teeth when you're shoving it up his butt, Robert.
They should have thrown it in.
That's just more.
They should have thrown it in for free. Come on, man. It's my time to talk, Robert. It's my time to talk. Come on. Let's stop talking about your ass. 5 minutes here.
Giggity.
If they were going to throw this in, they should have thrown it in with a hammer sharpener. All those sacrifices and price cuts they made on the bicep swivels. If they had made maybe 4 less knives, maybe a little bit more swivel. Hell, I would have taken it one way, like the waist swivel. Apparently, you can only turn it in one direction.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy as shit. I don't even know why that is that way. Like, I
don't know how they
it's like the biggest mystery of mankind. Like, why? What? I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I don't understand you. I'm like, why won't you go? Like,
I know what happened.
360. He'll go fucking 360 the other way. It was like, what the fuck?
The new guy at Warbotron, like, okay, you can design nose cone, and he's like, cool. And he's like, look, guys, look what I engineered. It's a way, it only goes one way. And they're like, that's not exactly what we were going. Fuck it. Whatever.
It's like
how can I tell Americans rock you? I know now. Oh, I'm so genius.
it's like in order to get him in the pose where he's looking that specific way, you got to spin him like 320 degrees to like get to
Like a
that
fucking
spot.
Resident Evil.
It's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre choice for fuck up. Like, I don't know. But I do, that fucking nose cone mode is a fucking brick though. Like, he's gonna hold up as a leg just fine, which is all I need him for.
That's good.
So, all right, that's enough.
All right, well, we are moving on to new super deformed Ultra Magnus, and just in the prototype photos of this guy, he clearly looks superior to leader class Ultra Magnus.
Does he have ankle tilts? He probably has ankle tilts.
Jesus Christ, man, he probably does. Actually, if you look at image 5, he does have ankle tilts.
I just still don't understand the SD thing. I guess, you know.
It's so cute. That's why they're trying to avoid
Kawaii.
He's got a waist swivel too.
Yeah,
How is that possible?
Justin, you're un-American. How can you question this?
I didn't know.
You know what's real sad though is
Sorry.
that cab for that Super Form Ultra Magnus is just as big as the leader class cabs.
I thought the American version of SD is like where the head is small and the gut and everything else is huge. I mean,
no.
That's when you smoke while you're pregnant. That's the American version.
Justin, we have an outsider on our podcast now. Leave our weaknesses out of it.
Look, we have all that we need to stop their clear army of killer kangaroos. We'll just play Kangaroo Jack at every airport terminal and scare them off.
listen, man. Anybody from Australia, they're hard motherfuckers. I mean, everything in that country wants to kill you. You know.
Yeah, it does.
They have sex with you.
No, that's just Lenny.
But yeah, this doesn't look that bad. What is he like? Fucking, how big is he compared to MP car? Wow, that is pretty big for a super deformed.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it has more articulation in the Hasbro leader class.
Well, it holds up to the standard of Iron Man pose. So
yeah, whichever every robot needs to be able to do now.
Yeah,
fuck me. Funny. It's like he's taking a shit. It's like people are like, okay, all right, get your photo gallery ready. We're gonna need one standing up. We're gonna need one in an A stance, and we're gonna need one doing the Iron Man. Like, yeah, of course, I already got those done. So just the standards, right?
Super kick too.
Yeah, the super kick. Yeah, but he can't. His head won't allow for that.
No, he's got a big
he's head heavy. Big ass head.
I put the Grimlock in here too that says the same people are doing, because I don't remember seeing that. But I will say that fucking Grimlock dinosaur face is fucking adorable.
God, his head is huge.
Who wants to kill Decepticon? I want to kill Decepticon. That's right.
Shout out to Matt. He's getting the super deformed Metroplex. I'm anxious to see what he thinks of that because it's gotten pretty good feedback.
Even him of mine has that, and he said he liked it a lot, but I can't remember.
Even his Grimlock in flying mode looks fucking cute. Look at that. He's all like, I'm a hero and stuff. Oh.
His belly.
He's got ankle tilts too, unlike Toy World.
Tickle.
Let me look at this. Let me look at this Grimlock. I haven't had a chance to check him out.
I look at it can wag its little tail as well.
Okay. All right. That one tickles my fancy a little bit.
I'm gonna tickle you at TFCon.
No, that's just Robert.
It's a cute little unit.
Yeah, it is. I kind of
Are you talking about Grimlock or are you talking about Matt, the cute little unit?
I'll never forget. What was it, Matt? No, I just fucking forgot. We were at
fucking liar.
TFCon. We were taking a picture, and somebody said something about no, you're too small. Nobody can see you. They were talking to my daughter, and you were like, oh, you're talking to her. I thought maybe you were talking to me.
I get that all the time. That's all right.
Oh God, yeah. I think I might get this Grimlock for my kid. She'll love it.
All right, so
super deformed. Who'd you say was the super deformed Ultra Magnus?
Anybody know?
What now?
Okay, 13 people were talking.
What happened? Say the question. Super Deform Ultra Magnus what?
Oh no. So who said who is getting the Super Deformed Fort Max?
Oh, Magic's getting the Metroplex.
Oh, I think you said Matt was.
Oh no.
Give him an attaboy.
Good old Magic. Yeah. But up next,
Right, go ahead.
Purple Evila Star, TFCon, TFsource exclusive.
Oh,
and
right.
That's kind of
probably about $110.
It's about $119.99.
Hey, you get a track with it.
Yeah.
Yay.
So you could easily get from any Lego set at a yard sale.
I was just about to say they snatched it from another set at the yard sale.
I feel like this is the most like it's the toy that I see the most of being sold on the Facebook groups. Not this one, but the white one.
The white one now, yeah. And they want what?
That's just TJ same bot compost over and over and over because no one wants to buy it.
Dude, if I saw this at TFCon, he was $60. I might pick him up.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck.
He won
Did anyone not see this coming though?
What's that? Oh,
we all kind of knew this was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look bad in this color scheme. I wasn't crazy about the black and white color scheme.
Yeah, I think he looks better in this one personally.
I think the shoulder mold is fucking on point. I think it's a lot better than DX9 one.
Definitely.
But
not a bad figure. I had the white one for a little bit. It's just getting from point A to point B to point C.
What size is he again? He's like Voyager, right?
Yeah. No. He's a little bigger than the Voyager. He's a good bigger. Chunky handful.
He's a big guy.
He's about the same height as a MP Seeker, right?
Sexy time. Pre-ordered.
That's
sexy time. Pre-ordered.
So, yep. All right, so
there he is.
Moving on past that, everyone is overwhelmed.
Silent pause.
Comic news: More Than Meets the Eye box set available on Amazon.com.
Apparently, it's not because I tried to click on this a bunch of times.
Yeah, this link is oh, here we go. Well, the link they provide on the boards is bust.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
box set
collects the first 5 volumes.
So if you're on this podcast and you're feeling like you want to tell guests that you read their work, this is a pretty good option for you. This is a pretty good option for you.
Pirate Bay the shit out of this.
I'll just send you a fucking. Send me $20. I'll send you
I don't give a fuck. Thug life.
Matt is a fucking maniac. He's a fucking maniac.
That was fucked up. I really didn't think when I talked to him, I told him that. That was really fucked up. I apologize. You're a great writer, producer, whatever the hell you do.
That's heartfelt.
Sorry. I apologize. I'm buying the copies.
All right,
I should have the copies now.
This is why we don't have guests on anymore. This box set collects the first. This box set collects the first 5 volumes, making up the first 22 issues
of the series, following the adventures of
the crew of the Lost Light as they hit on an epic search for the Knights.
Breaking up.
Your hotel Wi-Fi is
there's a
fucked.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Your hotel Wi-Fi is breaking up, Bobby B.
Hey, Choppy.
Is it?
You sound like fucking Lord Dread finally got a hold of you. If anybody remembers Captain Power, he's like you're getting digitized.
You do a phenomenal Max Headroom impression. On to Hasbro and Takara news. 3A licensed Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime for the low price of $430 US.
This is the ugliest Optimus Prime I've ever seen.
And it's free shipping. Look at those eyes. Beady.
You know what? When I added this, what I did, I purposely added a bunch of shit I knew nobody would care about because I have to move our office tomorrow, and I didn't want to have a late show, so I purposely sandbagged with bullshit. But I was like, why are they still making Dark of the Moon? What, 4 years later? But the more I look at it, yeah, apparently they do. They've re-released that Striker Prime 15 times. But it doesn't look bad. It looks good quality. The paint looks really nice. But
too round. Everything is too round.
It looks like one of those shitty customs you see on eBay.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of lick of paint.
Look how little his torso is, and then he's got like the gigantic legs. I mean, I don't know. Was he like that in the movie? I don't remember him being this bad looking.
He looked a little more leaned out and taller.
The figure itself doesn't look all that great, but like the work that went into it, like I don't know, there's a lot of detail to it. I don't like how the first couple of pictures. Look at his eyes. It's like they gave him Bumblebee's eyes.
Yeah,
It's that look in his eyes he has when he's able to, fucking X-ray vision a freaking woman's life.
I don't know why they didn't give him a heat vision and a lightsaber.
Yeah, beady. Oh my God! Look at that
ass.
They're running around now. They're fighting each other.
Yeah, he's definitely got more of a torso in the actual movie images than he has here. That's what's making him look really weird to me. Is just how round his.
Oh, you know what? He skipped abs. Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
he apparently didn't even need to do it. He probably didn't even have to do abs because he apparently doesn't have any.
The amount,
exactly.
The amount of detail in this thing is fucking insane. That much I'll sit there and give it. It looks fucking. It looks like there's a lot of love into the work put into this, but in the end, I don't care for the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Unless I feel I wanted to have a actual serial killer figure in my collection, in which case I order the NECA of Jason Voorhees. So
hey, if you are someone who perhaps said that you can't afford a $30 toy hacks thing, but this is on your list of things.
Yeah.
Pick me.
Reevaluate.
Pick me. I'm getting this.
That's pre-ordered.
This doesn't transform, right? This is just an action figure.
Yep.
It transforms into a pile of regret and sadness.
Does not matter if it's.
And if you're married, divorce. Yeah.
Like, why would you get this over Utopia if you were going to spend $400 on one?
Yep, that's a very good point right there.
I don't know. Why didn't you get Utopia, Mr. Lawyer Man?
He's got 3, dude.
I had 3. I broke them.
He sat there and like his kid was crying, so he gave it one to his kid, and then his oldest came home from school, gave the other one to her. His wife got mad, so he gave her the third one, and he's like, "This is how I go through like a case a week, I swear." So I'm just like, "Oh, that's fucking crazy." Next thing I know, my wife has one that he gave to his youngest, and she's just like, "Hey, look at this, Robert." She fucking snapped him right in half. It's fucking crazy.
And his local Goodwill apparently it just overflowing with them.
Yeah,
overflowing with them.
I just donate them. I buy them and donate them to Goodwill.
He likes to hang outside the local public. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just saying he only transforms them once.
He hangs out the local public schools and goes, "You guys want this? Yeah." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, we want it." He smashes it on the curb. That's what you get. Thug life.
He transforms it once, and they're laying there in bed smoking a cigarette. And Robert, that was great. He's like, "Get out of my bed, you dirty whore! You're used. You're broken. You're trash."
I can't believe you let me do all those things to you.
And you see Metroplex walking down the road in Brooklyn, head hung low, looking ashamed. Transforms into carrier mode, like drives away. Incredible Hulk.
Hand stuffed in his kibble.
He leans up against a light pole trying to hit the light so he can cross the street, but he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna jaywalk because I just don't care anymore."
Except
he doesn't have pockets. He doesn't have pockets.
It's Titan class Metroplex, so like he has a hard time walking because his ankles won't move, so he has to walk like he has fucking flippers on the whole fucking day.
That and he's got a Legends figure shoved up its butt.
He doesn't have pockets, so he just folds his hands up into his holes. Yeah, it's not funny now. Fuck it. Sorry.
Wow, we are fucking horrible. So speaking of horrible, Takara retail listings.
Justin was gonna say something.
Oh. Yeah, before we move on real quick, what's with the little like hand blade accessory thing? Like not the forearm blades, like see the left of like that main picture they have posted there. Where
it's when they were going to do like this whole knife fight scene, but they're like, "Whoa, hold up, this is Optimus Prime, not Wolverine." We already gave him the Joker's fucking sense of justice. So
he was going to be in George Lucas's special edition of the Beat It video.
Probably.
Oh God. I changed his too. I did a good job. I think Michael Jackson is not turning in his grave and puking.
Wait, I can't look at the pictures right now because I'm on my phone. Are they the knuckle duster things?
Yeah.
Because I think that was on like one scene in the movie because there's like 15 third-party versions.
Of course.
Of hands. There's like the UFO and like everybody and their brother on Shapeways has a version. And
I would say that I'd have to watch the movie again, but
Don't do that.
I value my time too much.
Just trust me. Just trust me. It was in one scene.
He used it against Shockwave
Shockwave.
in the third one. So
just that one
all this
scene.
all this hate for Hasbro. That's all I hear every
Hey,
show.
we are too good for that. Did you hear what I got?
Listeners, I just want you to
Not
know,
a single
I'm
thing from
behind you.
Hasbro.
Hey,
I'm behind
Hasbro didn't make this one. 3A did.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
fucked up. Remember, this was their announcements when they were like, they're going to license their product. This is what we got.
Well, fuck me sideways. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Now we're gonna
are you
die.
saying fuck you sideways, or you want sideways from robots?
Revenge of the Fallen.
I will stab you in the throat, Greg. I will.
Oh no, that was Armada with sideways. Sideways was pretty cool. He had the two different heads.
Yeah, but he looked like a fucking
Motorcycle.
preacher.
He talked to himself a lot.
He was Unicron's herald. So
Yes.
Man, Armada could have been so good.
Armada. It was good.
Just tweak things.
if
It
they
was
only
good.
would have dropped the Mexican kid with the Canadian accent. But
Dropped
There's some
it
good
where?
toys out there.
it is
Back at the border.
Whoa.
Racist.
Racist. Our elitist racists. And speaking of racists, possible Takara, retail listings, Battle Grimlock, Black Shadow, and the more.
Rumble
And
Frenzy.
more. So, yeah, Rumble and Frenzy, Drift, Fracture, one-step versions, of course, because who wants that as a fucking regular figure?
Why not?
Tards. Then you got Black Megatron, Black Convoy, and stay tuned for more information and images when available.
Racist.
Well, so far most of these adventure line stuff has been like repaints and things that don't really make sense, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they're like, here's your black swoop. Your black animated swoop.
Here's your black and purple lockdown that makes sense to make and charge $90 for because
America.
I don't care.
And moving along.
My favorite's coming up next.
Yeah, so coming up next in the news pieces, Hasbro talks a little more about Titans. And
this wasn't my favorite part. My favorite part's later, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I read this thing and it's basically them. We lost somebody.
It's a whole bunch of nothing, is what it is. But
Yeah, more shit I don't give a fuck about. Like that. We
There
should
he
have.
is.
We should have a fucking category for that. Shit we don't give a fuck about, and then we'll just list it. We'll just list it off and move on.
Look,
It'd be all Hasbro stuff.
look,
though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should appease Deluxe and call it Hasbro news.
I thought you were talking about the Takara retail listings. I got kicked off for a minute.
okay.
Oh yeah, I just added that, like I said, to pad it because there wasn't a whole lot of good news. It was
Gotcha,
SDCC or bust.
Yes, my apologies. The Titan Wars. I guess we'll see how this goes. What I'm thinking about with this is like if they're already gearing up for the next line, my guess would be a lot of people are not going to get all the combiners they want.
Yeah,
That's fine with me.
Well, I would have liked to have seen him attempt to do a Piranacon because third party's not touching it,
Exactly. Well, that's go ahead.
I was just gonna say, historically speaking, with the last wave 4 usually tends to be like the last
Straw.
of a wave, and then those are like impossible to find because 3 is still sitting there.
So the good news is no Predaking for you guys, but you do have Skylynxicon, and you could just
you mean not Voltron?
you could just put him on your Decepticon shelf, I guess.
Oh,
and go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of the last wave, I think something might have got skipped or if somebody deleted it. I'm a little upset because I put it in for Oscar.
That guy.
Yeah, it was for Oscar. The Action Battlers Junkheap from Age of Extinction is getting released as a TJ Maxx exclusive. That's the one that turns into the waste management truck.
I didn't delete it. I saw it
That's later.
Which I do not work at.
It's later.
Yeah,
Is
there's
it?
2 left.
Yeah.
Oh, I put it under Transformers news, just to actually put something under Transformers news. That's the whole show's Transformers news. Oh, never mind. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, like 20 minutes ahead.
You know what he did ask me to delete though, Justin? The guy who designs Rescue Bots is going to be a guest at TFCon, and Bobby was like, "You should probably cut that out." I was like, "I did it for Justin."
Yeah, I was there. I saw it. Bobby sat there and wrote like, hey, no one gives a shit about rescue bots, especially Justin. He's an idiot.
I was like, that's gonna buy Justin's new fucking house. Come on, dude.
Yeah. And then Bobby came back with like, just shut the fuck up and don't tell me what to do. This is my show. I started it. Greg's like, but I helped you. He's like, no, I didn't. No, you didn't. And then they fought.
Actually, the misconception is that it's going to help me buy the next house. They're actually built out of rescue bots,
Yeah, just like my throne, my evil podcast warlord throne is built out of Combiner Wars Minosaurs.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Nothing? Okay. Hasbro talks about Titan Wars.
Ha. Yes.
I feel like that a lot, Bobby. I do. I really
All I gotta say
I
is,
think something funny, but it's not really funny.
All I gotta say is I read this interview and now I really want some ice cream because these guys are named Ben and Jerry. I want to buy Americone by Stephen Colbert, which would be delicious right about now.
I mean, it looks like at least they've finally gotten the point that they're going to aim at the collector. At least they're giving the characters that they've wanted a blaster and an Astro Train, and
don't give them that much credit. Don't give them that much credit.
I mean, I think that they have gotten.
They're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna.
They're gonna fuck it up. But I think they've at least gotten the point.
Astro Train's gonna transform into a helicopter and a quadruped.
Astro Train's gonna try and transform to RC, and that's all. That's it. You know why? Because fuck you. That's why.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess we'll see how this develops.
Titan Devy spreads like AIDS. That's funny. I like that.
Apparently he's been spotted at retail in the States.
Yeah, some Toys R Us in California, I think, has them.
California.
Yeah, California.
Like, let's ask our man on the street, Robert D. Who is
he's hot on somebody tracking one down right now. Ma'am, are you getting that for your kid or is that for me, ma'am?
She throws up as soon as I show her the picture.
Yeah, he's showing up. I think it's some Toys R Us. They got them spider wrap too, man. So I guess somebody's gonna try to steal these things.
I hope you're not a mint box collector. I love how they spider wrap the biggest fucking figures. You guys notice that?
Yeah, I think it comes down to price point because I remember like the Marvel Legends X-Men set where they were like it was a piece of shit set, but it was supposed to be like the original 5, and they had that thing spider wrapped, and like no one could be even bothered to steal that. Like, it's not worth the effort.
That Titan class Armada Starscream at my Toys R Us is spider wrapped, and like he's like $50 now.
They just spider wrap everything here at Toys R Us. Our nation was built off criminals, so everything gets a spider wrap.
That's true.
I think the Optimus Prime, the MP one was a spider wrap too.
Yep.
Wait, do they worry about people stealing shit when they're already in a prison? Honey?
Fucked up.
In your country, just floating an island.
We're about stealing that man, Cherry. That's what's up.
Hey.
I mean, what's the point of spider wrapping when people?
Because the alarm goes off, Robert, when you try to steal it. That's
no. What I'm trying to say is
high five, Robert.
Yeah, right. Yes.
What I'm trying to say is when people steal from Toys R Us, it's just a kid who will maybe rip something out of a package and pocket it, but the real thieves, they'll fucking buy it, take it home, and then throw in some other piece of shit and then return it.
Yeah, but you got some jackass stupid.
Whoa! What would you throw into the Devastator box when you brought it back? If you're saying they're going to replace it with a piece of shit, what would they put in there?
I would shit in the box. I would shit in the box and
that
tell
is
them
the
they owe
only
me more money.
thing worse.
I would put a Agent Coulson figure. I would put a Spider-Man figure, and I would put a Generations Leader Class Armada Megatron figure,
and super glue them all together.
Yes,
and
they're combined.
And the Hasbro 6-inch Black Series Emperor. God, that thing looks terrible.
I would have put my Supreme Class Starscream in there, but they got them all spider wrapped, so I could steal one.
Can't wait for the Takara one to come out.
Oh man, am I fucked when this shit comes out?
What's that?
You're not going to get this one? You're going to wait for the Takara?
No, I'm waiting for the Takara one. You get guns and you get elbows. You can't go wrong with that. Come on now.
Guns and elbows. Sounds like a good
Isn't that the state motto of Arkansas?
Pretty much.
Guns and
Assholes
elbows.
and elbows, and then we got guns.
Guns and elbows.
And church. Don't forget about
You
church.
take my flag away, Confederate motherfuckers. Yeah.
Hey, the Klan is planning a.
South Carolina, I already got tickets. Fuck you. I ain't got that shit, man.
You heard about that shit? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the video going around of the dudes having the flag parade? I don't know where it was. Like, it's this black dude filming it. He's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" And it's just these motherfuckers, and they're just trucks, and they all have flags hanging out the back of them. And he's like, "They blocked the motherfucking streets. God damn!" And then they wreck. He's like, "They gonna wreck. They gonna wreck." And then they fucking all rear end each other. He's like, "I told you they were gonna wreck."
Which way, shape, or form is just trying to intimidate the voices we heard in the video in question. Thank you.
It wasn't. That's exactly what the fuck it sounded like. That's why the video is going viral.
I've seen it. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, they go wreck, no, cuz they go wreck.
I forgot the
I hate that.
2 shows ago, man, the Rev gave us a good question on his thing at the end of the podcast. I forgot to answer it last week. We might need to answer this week about fans, toys, and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to just turn that into a discussion topic at some point.
Oh, it was? Okay. How you doing, Rev?
Yeah, what's up, Rev? These minister
welcomes you, Rev.
these Minicons.
I'm all in for
yes,
Minicons.
RD BMOG. I'm sorry, Minicons is a very good statement if they're alone. But
Yeah.
these are them. These are them. You got little red guy there. They all look like rejects from the Mega Man robot villain.
I love how each and every one of them transforms into a shape. I mean, that's the best. That's the best I could say about them is they transform into a shape.
And all that really annoying see-through plastic combines into a shitty-looking monster of some kind.
Shapeformers.
Oh,
yeah.
you want a C combiner? We'll give you a C combiner.
Yeah, we got you.
All these guns turn into a shark.
Daddy's got you.
These are fucking up. Where's the platypus at? Shit.
Funny story.
Hasbro.
I couldn't remember BMOG when I was typing up the show notes. I couldn't remember BMOG. I couldn't, for the life of me, could not remember what that shit was called. So the only thing I could remember, Matt, was chain-bill platypus because of you. And I googled chain-bill platypus and came up. Yeah.
I like these.
I was
They're
thinking
not
about
you.
No.
With your Paula Cybertron data disc.
Yeah, they will go with my data disc.
That was the most hardcore rewind I ever bought.
I like the Autobot and Decepticon symbol. That's pretty cool, though.
It does seem like they were they were definitely inspired by BMOG, though. I feel like.
Well, you know.
They're like, hey, we may not be able to shut down fans' toys, but BMOG, we got your fucking number, pal.
Hell yeah.
You want to back them up when they're making fucking Dinobots, huh? I'll show you, son of a bitch. Here we go. Eat a fat dick. We made a bat.
So eat a fat dick.
That's what it is. We made a bat that transforms into a leaf. Yeah.
Am I the only one getting these or something? I guess.
Yeah, you probably are, dude.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you'll play with them at TFCon. Fuck all yeah. Whatever.
I'm
breaking them. Hey,
So,
dick.
That's why I'm saying it.
And AOE Power Battlers Junkheap finally seen in retail at T J Maxx.
And they're already up on eBay for like $60.
Retarded.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
And this would go in our better late than never category.
Yeah.
Hey,
I still kind of want a Junkheap. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. It turns into a trash truck.
Yeah. You know, shout out to Oscar's heyday or whatever. You know.
Yeah. That's appropriately labeled, if anything.
Oh, and it's an action thing too, like one of those. Oh
Yep.
God!
That's
Oh
actually-
Lord!
Oh Lord!
My balls itch.
So how many do you need me to grab for you when I go to TJ Maxx tomorrow afternoon?
Don't think Axel makes my dick itch.
3.
Okay. Now we got some. Good God.
What we got next?
Discussion. So we were going to talk about like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago how like we keep seeing people in the fandom like when Make Toys releases some sort of prototype or somebody else does, and they're like, well, it doesn't look G1, you know, and like we're all sitting back like, obviously it doesn't look G1 because they're not really going for that look with this line and haven't been. And then one of our listeners gave in with the call, like the dispatch a couple weeks ago about a comment that I had made about masterpieces and how I'm not sure if I want a masterpiece that's so slavishly true to the cartoon anymore. So just talk about like the interpretation of characters and what we kind of want from them and what's acceptable, what's going too far. And I just wanted to say that with the masterpiece thing for me, because like I received a fair amount of private messages about that too. Like, dude, like what the fuck? I just don't know, man. Like I love the G1 cartoon, but more often than not, if you look at like stills from the G1 cartoon, a lot of it looks goofy as fuck. Like it has a special place in your heart. But like, I'm working on this Defensor commission, and this guy wants a good guy, but he's like a big G1 fan. So like, yeah, I did one, and he was like, man, it's not cartoon enough. And like, I looked at the pictures of the cartoon, I'm like, well, yeah, because this looks stupid as fuck. And like,
it's not made for the reference.
Well, see, like the thing is like I guess like Optimus Prime in the movie, right? He looks different than Optimus Prime in the show. Like he's just got more, like in the '86 movie. Like there's just more love given to that design of that character in that movie because they have a bigger budget and they're able to do, it doesn't have to look as ridiculous in every fucking pose, and the lighting is da 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 da.
And he was only gonna be in it for like 20 minutes anyway. So
another good point.
Spoiler alert.
But like like I find like Warbotron's designs to be more interesting than say just run of the mill rectangle sitting on top of rectangle from the G1 cartoon. Like it's still definitely within the spirit of the G1 representation, and it doesn't feel as like, well, what the Chug kind of collection tried to call modernized, which really just means putting the hood and trunk on the back of the robot. It doesn't feel as much of a departure as that. It feels like the G1 cartoon, but it just feels like a more modern take on it. Like I dig that aesthetic. I think it's more interesting. There's more layers, planes, like actual, literal planes to the robot as opposed to just, square chest, square abdomen, triangle pelvis, rectangle thigh, rectangle calf, triangle foot, done. Like I don't know. I like a different take on it.
Nobody likes to admit they bought a bad toy, Bobby. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm saying is,
bad toy.
I know it was just a joke, man. I was just kidding.
No, I know, but like, what was that Devastator that not Make Toys company made that we were looking at TFCon?
Shapeways?
No. That we were looking at TFCon. It was like an Action Master Devastator.
Oh, yeah. The I have that. The Engineer General. Oh fuck, who was that? They made the before and after.
Okay. So before and afters, Action Master Devastator.
I love that thing, by the way. Just saying.
So like that thing is slavishly accurate to the cartoon. Would you agree?
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
But that's not the Devastator that I want anymore.
Well,
it's just too simple.
Well, just everything gets updated. I mean, everything has to keep up with the times. I mean, if you did everything by G1 standards and the G1 styles, it would just get, irrelevant.
Right, but doesn't it seem as though many people want like a slavishly
G1
representation? And don't we?
A lot of fans go back into collecting just because of G1. I mean, they remember G1 stuff. So, yeah, I'm sure they want the G1 stuff. But, you have different options, which, are, like you said, are, geared towards G1, but are not G1 Transformers.
But what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is that, like, look at this toy generation toys, whatever, this Warbotron Devastator. Like, to me, that is not as G1 accurate as, say, the Action Master one, or...
Yeah, it's more realistic.
Yeah, but I'm like, what I'm saying is that I think I like that better.
Well, then you're a traitor.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I think maybe the fair answer is there's no bright line to it.
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy.
Maybe it depends on the character, you know. And you know what I mean?
Depends on the individual, like.
Yeah, but what character do you want to see G1 though? I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know.
Well, I'm asking Robert since he said
okay.
that.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
He said there's different characters that you would want to see G1, but then most of the stuff coming out are they are G1 inspired, but they're just not G1.
Well,
to me,
See, the thing is, one thing I even just seeing the reveal for the Beast Wars Primal. It was exciting to see something I hadn't thought of. Not that I can think of everything, but it was like, wow, I never considered that. It really does look like it walked off the screen. It just, I don't know. If I knew the answer to that, then I would be in that business. I mean, I'm paying them to fucking wow me, and sometimes it's a hit for me, and sometimes it's a miss. Like the Warbotron Technobots, I fucking love the aesthetic.
Right. But do you consider them G1? I don't consider Warbotron G1. I don't consider Bruticus G1 or anything like that, and they're not going to be. I mean, but they're freaking awesome. I mean, I'm glad that they went that way to do that. To make more
Bobby was saying, some of these characters never really were given the kind of detail that maybe they needed on the show. They were always kind of just blocky.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's back then. That's just how it was back then.
Well, I mean, like,
go ahead.
Right, to a fault, like Bobby's saying. But like, Bumblebee, certainly there was more character to his depiction in the animation, and Prime, and you'd have some episodes where he's fucking dunking a basketball and he's bending it every which way, and he doesn't look at all like out in his prime. But there are other shots where he's really detailed and stylized, but other characters you didn't get that. Like with Prowl you did, and Sideswipe you did, and it was exciting, and that's why I think when the masterpieces came out, it was a wow, because they got to pull from what we've seen on the show. But then there are other characters that always kind of just look like Legos stacked up, and it left to your imagination.
That's the way they cut corners back then.
Just save on pencil lines. But like fucking the Constructicons. That's, I agree with Bobby. Like, I never would have thought, but it's impressive as hell, and I want that more than that. That action figure that looks very cartoony, because it was always depicted very simply. Even in the movie, it was very simple.
Well, I think those that Action Master. I mean, if that's anyone's proper fucking Devastator in their collection, then yeah, you've got issues. I mean, I think that's just that's just a niche thing.
Sure.
It's just like those Dinobots, because another company did those huge ass Dinobots. Right. They're like the size of a football.
Right.
Which I kind of want to pick up too.
Me
to
too.
Go with that Devastator. I mean, if that's your Dinobots, then you just need to fucking
Right.
I don't know.
But what I'm saying is, like, sometimes it seems like just reading fan reaction and looking at fan reaction that is what they want. If it transformed and everything.
If it's third party, they want it to be G1, and if it's Combiner Wars, it's a modern update, man.
If it's Combiner Wars, they don't really give a shit. It's obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
it's a modern update.
Oh, he don't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
But like, I don't know. I think that I definitely, like, the Warbotron figures aren't on the level of like a masterpiece or a Fans Toys masterpiece, and I agree and I get that. But at the same time, like, if they were on the level just materials wise and like kind of finish polish, and as T2RX6 would say, the fit and finish was all there, like, I'm not sure if I wouldn't like that aesthetic better. Like, it's still definitely G1. It's very G1, but it feels more detailed. It feels more intricate. And I don't know. I think there's something to be said for that. Justin, what's your take on this?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with everything that's been said thus far. Like, everybody, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you approach it. I also think that things are drastically more interesting when they're not, just the blocks, like you said. Like, it was good for its time, it's fine, but it's not what I want for my personal collection. even though I am a huge fan of G1, and that's the reason I'm here, you know?
Right, me too.
So.
And I even think that,
Yeah,
like, you know, there is, like, even with Perceptor, like the Fans Toys Perceptor, which I've only seen pictures of, it's sitting on my porch, hopefully. That, like, you know, it's definitely reminiscent of the cartoon, but it's not slavishly. You know, like, it still has, like, a more modern look. He's sleeker, I feel like, and he has a little bit more of a presence. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to come across as, like, you know, like turning my back on G1 or anything, but, like, it's just like Carrie, for me, like, just looking at the front of him, looks more interesting than MP Rodimus to me.
Well, one of the things for me, like, I can't stand Carrie. I mean, I'm sorry,
Right.
I just can't.
I am aware.
But, like, you know, when it comes to, like, I've always interpreted G1 cartoon as it is that way because it's a cartoon and we have to animate it to make a 30-minute show and put it out in so many episodes, you know?
Right.
Like, when I look at something like Warbotron, I'm like, okay, this is the G1 cartoon, but this is with the extra time taken to make it how it was supposed to look, you know?
It's like the anime version.
Yeah, I mean but that's what I'm saying. Is like that's how I look at it. Like I don't look at it like, you know, I need to recreate the blocks and stuff. I'm trying to get it, like I said, I'm here for because of G1, and I'm trying to make the best possible representation of G1. You know, that's why there's still dilemmas on, like, you know, what color chest of sword do you buy? You know,
right?
Are you a toy person or exactly.
Don't you see, like, okay, like Ultra Magnus was generally pretty just like blocky and, you know,
Yeah, he fell out of the cartoon.
And then you see that reflected in the MP toy. There wasn't as much to draw on.
Right.
You know? No pun intended.
Right. And that hits the nail on the head of my feelings on that. Is like, I like that Ultra Magnus. He's great, but I think he's boring as hell to look at, you know, like, and when I said before, like, Stack is better in that regard, like, yeah, I got jumped on by a ton of people being like, well, how's he better? He's more cartoon accurate, but I'm like, all right, like, I'm not saying, you know, he's, like, better engineered or anything like that. I'm just saying, aesthetically, he's more interesting to look at, you know?
Well,
so, to me,
I have
Go on.
I was gonna say, I kind of have a double standard in that regard. Like my, like I like my third-party combiners. Like I'm pretty happy with the way they all look. If I wasn't happy with them, they wouldn't be my combiners because they'd be gone. But with my masterpiece, like my Takara masterpiece, legitimate, says masterpiece, Takasa Tony on the box. I like those to look. I like those to be a little bit more simple. Like I think Ultra Magnus looks awesome, and we talked about that. Like, you know, you Justin, I am referring to you. I mean, we talked about that a little bit in the chat when he first came out. Like, you know, you said he was too plain and he needed some paint, and he was slavish to the cartoon model to a fault. But I kind of like that, and like I thought about getting the Repro-Labels, but I just think they fuck it up. And it's the same thing with my other MPs. Like, I like them to look... I don't want them to look like fucking blocks of color, but I do want them to be more simplified and more true to the G1 look. And then, but then when I get, like, my combiners, like, that's the other thing, though. Like, I like the way Warbotron looks, and I like the way Computron's going to look, and I like the way the Devastator looks. But then again, I don't usually put those on the same shelf, for the most part. Like, I don't put those with my masterpieces, mainly because my masterpiece shelf is so cluttered with all the Autobots, and my Decepticon shelf is kind of sparse. But I don't have room. Yeah, I don't have room to put, like, Bruticus with the other guys. So, like, I mean, I guess I don't run into that issue, so it's not that big of a deal to me, as far as aesthetically looking.
I think Justin... go ahead.
I was going to say, I also have a double standard. I mean, like, for Masterpiece, I love the fact that they have the hyper-realistic alt modes, you know, and, like, the cartoon was anything but that, you know, like...
Yep.
Yeah, so...
I think that Justin makes a good point, though, when he said, I'm looking for the best representation of the G1 character. But, like, then it raises the question, like, is the G1 representation the best representation of the G1 character? Do you know what I mean?
To me, it is. I mean, what I always think is G1 is great for what it was. I mean, as kids, you grew up and you loved it and everything, and that's fine and everything. But you have to go on to the future. Just stuff like that. Just not. It's not really. The toys are not entertaining to us anymore. I mean, as anybody, like as a Transformer fan, you should always know about G1. I mean, it's the beginning of the birthplace. But, as you move on as adults, simplistic things like that just really not enjoyable. Stuff like Warbotron, all that stuff and everything's coming out. It's more realistic and it's just, it's fun to play with. Like I said, you always had to have G1 to go back on, to me.
Because I think that Warbotron's Bruticus looks better than G1 Bruticus.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is.
Definitely.
But, back then, G1 Bruticus, as a kid 30 years ago, was freaking awesome. Everybody loved it.
Sure, I agree, but that's not even really, what we're, like, up for discussion. Like, we all agree that G1 is awesome and was even more so awesome at its time. But, like, now... Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say, just while you're talking about Warbotron, is what I like what they're doing. It's how Justin was mentioning how he really likes the hyper realism of the alt mode. It seems almost like Warbotron is trying to do that with the robot modes, rather than just style for the sake of style. They're trying to make this is what the robots would really look like if they were real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do.
I can see that.
I do, and that actually kind of plays into one of the things that, like, don't get me wrong, I think like the details that Warbotron is put on looks really good, but at the same time I'm like, it's kind of a little bit much, like nothing else in my collection looks like that.
You know what?
It almost has
happens?
to be your cup of tea. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what happens when you try to make the robots look too much like robots, right? Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, Michael Bay, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely a fine line. I mean, actually, I think that line might be broad as fuck. Once you get up to it, because that's like a huge departure. But I don't know, like, even some of the stuff like Apollyon doesn't look like G1 cartoon Megatron. If you put a picture of G1 cartoon Megatron next to him, but at the same time, like. Apollyon from the box to the shelf, I think, is more interesting looking. Like all the little lines and things that have to be there for the sake of engineering. So like, I don't know. It's
a great statue. Yes.
It's stop it. It's hard. It's hard to put your finger on it, but like, there. I guess what it comes down to is how I imagine, G1 in my head. In my head, G1 doesn't always look like it looks in the cartoon. Usually when I go back and look at the cartoon, I'm like, oh God, this is a bit different than how I remember it in my head. But like...
If you look at all three of the third-party Predakings, they're all like way more detailed than they were portrayed in the cartoon as well.
Absolutely.
Like, we need updates.
It's great to be a Transformer fan right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's this year and next year there are some incredible things coming out, and I don't want my two-colored, one-dimensional Transformers. I want super detail. That's just me. The Studio Ox stuff is amazing.
I'm with you.
That's why you're paying
and
an arm and a leg for it.
But it's still G1. They're still G1 characters. They're for adults.
Yeah, and they're not modernized to a point where it's a departure from what it is. Like I was talking to somebody and they I forget who it was, and I was saying how like I like this modern, like I like modernized takes on them. They were like, well, isn't that what Chug is? And I was like, no, because like making Bumblebee a Mustang, or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be, that's too much of a departure. Like, and I don't know where the line is, but like, I know what feels right, and like that shit doesn't feel right, And when I look at I don't know, some of the other like Chug shit, I'm like, well, Rekgar is another like perfect example. Like that's too far. Like the bike shouldn't look anything remotely close to that.
What about the garbage truck?
The deluxe one. Stop.
Listen to Bobby trying to tell us how our bike should look.
It's just updated version, like Octane. You know the new Octane coming out and everything. He just he's G1, but he's just an updated version of G1.
Yeah, but see that one, I don't know.
Well, that was just I threw that one out. I don't know why I threw Octane out. I don't know why, but he was just he's on my mind right now.
Because there is a point where it starts to not look right. Like I think Chigger walks that line.
Whoa, language.
Whoa,
racist piece of
racist.
Shit.
I think that I think there's a lot of them that walk that line where it's like you'll get by. But
see, those people won't be around that long, very much, probably.
I don't know. DX9 seems to be doing fairly well.
You know what? Let me just put in my 2 cents really quick before I forget. One thing I am actually enjoying because I'm not in on the on the DX9 yet. With Carrie and Chugga Chugga Poo Poo and whatnot. But I like seeing their quality, right? And I appreciate seeing other people who really like them, right? Just like Stack, just like how Justin likes Citizen Stack and Oscar does. It's cool because it's like, hey, we can have different collections. It's not like everyone's getting the same shit, and having the diversity is cool as long as the diversity has quality.
Yeah. The other thing that I want to discuss, I'm going to let Robert take the reins on introducing this one with the comment that he saw this morning.
Oh boy, I'm so burnt. There's a quick comment. I just caught it where a listener, was it ML?
MW, I think.
Oh, it's ML.
Okay.
I know you're like attention MW. I'm like, who the fuck is MW?
You could have edited it. I'm trying to fucking.
I don't want to step on those skull toes, man.
Stop it.
Those are some bony toes.
They are.
Oh, God, you're funny. Stop.
They're like mini. They're actually not at all. They're like
Love
mini
that
breakfast.
shit, man.
They're like mini breakfast sausages.
God, stop.
That's so hot. I want to suck on them.
Okay.
What was I saying? All right, so somebody posted something, and it was in a good tone. It was not offensive.
Love his name.
It was respectful, and he was basically saying, "Hey, I love the show, but you guys do kind of all fall on the same side of third-party elitism, and it is quite alive, and you don't understand what we understand as the average collector." Where we like to go out and get like a Combiner Wars figure just to fuck around with it and to have something on our shelf. But it was very respectful. But he also did say like, hey, you are elitist. You just don't realize it. You're so far on the one side. It's so homogenous over there in terms of your view.
Well, I realize it.
Lenny definitely realizes it.
I fucking learned that shit.
He don't listen to me talk, I guess, because evidently, So.
Let me say this first. Like, he posted it and then he deleted it, and I wish he hadn't. I'm guessing because, like Robert said, his tone was like, he wasn't trying to be a dick at all. By all means, like if PM us, and if it's something that you're like, man, I don't want to put this on and cause a whole bunch of bullshit. Like PM us if you want to write us privately. Like we're not fucking looking for an argument. Like we like to discuss this shit.
I am.
We're gonna cut you, essay. We don't care.
Me and Oscar will come break your fucking legs.
They won't make love to your woman while you watch. That'll happen.
But it helps the show. It helps the show just to have something to discuss. Yeah. But like,
we grow.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know if I understand the term. Like, I don't think. Like, when I hear the term,
you don't know it.
When I hear the term third party elitist, like what it raises for me, like the mental picture is like somebody like, because what I prefer is expensive, I think that I am better than somebody else, and I definitely do not feel that way. But I don't know if that's what it means or not. I think that it is a better product. if that means that I'm an elitist, I don't necessarily like. I think that a BMW is better than a fucking Neon. You know, but it's not that I'm an elitist about it. It's just it's a better performing vehicle. Like calling something better than something else, and having a good rationale for it. Like, you know, it's better materials, better paint, better articulation. Like
Go ahead. Keep going. No, well, I was gonna say I thought my kind of feeling on the definition is maybe it's you know, the stuff that releases from Hasbro or whatever we're more critical of. Maybe is that like what they think? You know, I don't know. I mean, for my own personal standpoint, like, you know, I was into classics all the way, and you know, I love the animated stuff, and it's, to me, it's the quality of what's out there now is not 2007 and earlier quality of stuff, which is a problem because prices have gone up to me, you know. So I don't know. I mean,
right. Yeah.
I don't feel elitist that way. Like, I wish it would go back to 2007 quality, and I wish I could go to the store and buy something that genuinely I get home and, you know, pick up 5 years from now when I'm cleaning up my house or doing something and being like, God, this is a good toy, you know? But I don't feel that way a lot of times anymore.
And I can't, like, you know, I can't call anything different than how I personally see it. And I think, you know, Greg and I just had a conversation recently about something totally unrelated, and we were explaining the same fact. Like, all you can do is say what you feel about something based on your experiences and interactions. And like, I know that these $15 Hasbro figures, and now they're at $16, $17, almost $20.
Mm-hmm.
So
they are 20 at Toys R Us.
There you have it. And like, you know, they don't feel as good to me as a Marvel Legend. And I have my own issues with Marvel Legends, but I'm just saying these are figures in the same price point. Yeah, I don't know. And like, you know, at the same time, like, I feel like we do kind of get pigeonholed in that category where we praise third party all the time, but we're also extremely critical over third party. And we also bash a fair amount of third party. Like, our whole t-shirt, like Shattercast t-shirt, is based on bashing a third party company.
Also, maybe I think really quick. I think perhaps part of it. I think both of you have something there, but you and Justin there. But also part of it maybe is like a sense of like snobbery. Like, are we like maybe they think we're snobs about it? You know, I mean, I don't think I'm a snob about it.
Well,
Shit,
maybe, but explain that a little bit. Snobbish how?
I mean, trying to figure that out. I think maybe like just automatically having a judgment about a line, like just judging a whole line without attempting to experience it, and just being like, oh, that is shit. I'm better than you. And then they take it personally, like, oh, that means I'm better than you.
That's one thing I could say that we're kind of guilty of, because when we heard about that, you know, Hasbro was going to do Combiner Wars, and we had our first look at freaking Menasor and Superior, and we were like, oh, well, that's going to be bullshit for the rest of the line, you know, and it is what it is, but in the end, we all ended up buying them.
But on the same hand, like,
that's on that's not, excuse me, Justin, that's completely like objective. I mean, because I have my Combiner War figures, and some I'm happy with, some I'm like, why? But it's, you know, that again, that's like your own personal opinion, and I think that's what this person means, is like, maybe he probably feels bad because we make fun of Menasor and he bought his. You understand?
But at the same time, like, if we didn't buy them, like, you know, so you buy them, Oscar, I buy them, and Justin buys them, and then Greg rents them. So, like...
oh, my God, fucking Woody Woodpecker.
And Matt buys them. But, like,
Matt buys everything.
True. But if we didn't buy them and we're shitting on them, to me, that's worse.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, to me, that would be like... To me, that's the equivalent of the non-third-party person that's like, oh, third-party is shit. Well, why is it shit? Well, I bought that Beast Box and Bomb Bomber set from fucking KFC, and what a nightmare that was.
And every impossible toy that's ever come out.
Right. I got the Alicon, and therefore every third party, you know, like, so
the Tetra Chest. What do you want?
Stop it. So, like, I feel like we're actually more justified, because, like, I don't you know, like this hobby is expensive, and we all
Justified.
And no one on this show has, except for Deluxe, has it like that where we can just where we can just, you know, we all have our, even Deluxe included, I'm just fucking with them, we all have our own means in order to acquire the things that we want.
Yeah. And Lenny, how's that dystopia treating you?
Except for
mine comes next week.
So like
fucking poor people.
So like we I don't know, and we all support the hobby in a big way, and we support it kind of across the board. Yeah, Robert is the most selective of all of us, and he is not you know, conservative in his opinions about the things that he doesn't buy
at all.
But you know, I don't know. It's like if I'm buying it. So am I supposed to say it's good just to appease people that think it's good?
No. I mean, we're both buying both sides. So, we have the right to say what we want to say.
Yeah, but he's not saying we don't have the right to say it.
I'm saying
he's just saying
people,
that we've gone down the rabbit hole so far that we may not even recognize it ourselves, which is why I would like to talk to him more about it to get more of his...
I think you should send a dispatch. That's what I think you should do.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
I would love to hear... like in your own words, not through text, like what exactly you mean by the elitism. Like, are you saying that like we're blind to bad things because, you know, we spent more and we're like, well, you know, I don't know. I can think of one review I've done back in the day where it's like, yeah, this is good, and I'm like, no, it's a piece of shit, you know, like.
But you know,
you're not selling me that, are you, Justin?
No.
I mean, everything that, you know, once, you know, when at the beginning of the show we say, you know, what we got, at least somebody says something about, you know, Hasbro. We got this. We got a Hasbro Combiner Award. We got something. I mean, we're just not all third party, and I'm just not all Hasbro like I used to be. I mean, it's just
definitely not. You've changed to the dark side.
Yeah,
but like, you know, and we all love the Masterpiece line, even though like some of us has some different feelings about where the Masterpiece line is headed. We all recognize it as even if I don't.
Yep. All right.
Even if you don't.
Entirely happy with Star Saber, but
Yeah, you blacked out right there.
Yeah. Did you pass out?
No, it's this fucking place, man. This place is like the fucking land that time forgot. Like, so like what I was saying was I wasn't entirely happy with Ultra Magnus. I wasn't entirely happy with Star Saber, but I would never say that they were poorly made. Right. You know what I mean?
Hey, speaking of, just real quick, since you hate Masterpiece, the Ironhide, just real quick, because I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna forget it if I don't say it right now. So sorry to interrupt. Those hollows on his arms are the windows. They just weren't there on that particular prototype.
Yeah, I think we talked about that possibly being the case.
Did we?
But
I don't remember. I just remember you going, I hate fucking Takara Masterpiece.
Yeah.
And
well, my thing with
always gets all my money.
My thing with that Ironhide is I don't know what's going on with that face, and I have no idea where his abdomen went. That's my big.
He's gonna be the best Masterpiece ever.
That's my big Ironhide beef.
Ironhide doesn't know where your abdomen went. How's that?
Hey, I know where my abdomen went. It went to a fucking large Brooklyn style pizza.
Pizza.
Hey, come visit, man. I'll make you a pizza fresh. Come visit.
Yeah, he'll put like 12 pounds of meat on it, force you to eat it,
and his penis,
and it'll be delicious.
And his penis.
But I don't know. ML, if you're listening, please send us a dispatch and tell us more about it because I'm interested in discussing it. You know, I think that
absolutely.
And we love you.
Yeah, and thanks for fucking, you know, like bringing it up in the first place. I wish you would have left it on or at least sent it to us PM. But yeah,
Hasbro might have killed him. Who knows?
I mean, we put I did like one of my top 5 surprisingly good figures of 2014 was fucking Brainstorm.
No, he's
one of the things I actively seek out is rescue bots. I love those things. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I think they're better made. But here's the thing: most of them. Okay. Some of the more recent ones kind of suck, but no. Like, look at like the originals. Like that $10 of like beefy, chunky plastic, to me felt more worth its actual cost than the current stuff. You know.
So you like the beefy plastic, huh?
I do.
Real quick,
even I play with my fucking Generation Metroplex because I love how he scales with my little legends. You know?
I like our pictures.
I had my Generations Metroplex Enterprise spot on my shelf recently, but I swapped him in Utopia out like a week ago. Couldn't take it
I thought
anymore.
I thought he was your Skull Cave doorman.
Yeah, he was for a bit. It's a constant battle with my wife trying to keep the toys in the basement because they keep they keep migrating.
I have to compliment you. I saw that the photo of your collection, I think that you guys posted to Instagram.
Yeah.
The fucking symmetry that you like obviously compulsively paid attention to. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like if you pay attention to Bobby's shelf, look at his top shelf with the combiners. And you'll be amazed.
That shit. He told me in a text a couple weeks ago. I was like, so what'd you do with your what's that motherfucker called? Your Gigapower. And he's like, oh, it's on the shelf of my fans project Dinobots. And I'm like, man, you must be getting some fucked up rhythms from that side of the room.
No. You're talking about Fans Toys Dinobots is what I meant. I don't know if I mistyped it.
Yeah, you said fans project.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's why I was like, you must be getting some fucking rhythms from that side of the room.
Shout out to Lenny's collection too. It was really good too.
Yeah, but Lenny, I love the way that Lenny's setup gives like each
clean, just fucking clean.
It gives every fucking piece so much shine. Like
it looks like a prison block.
It does, but I hate.
It's very.
It is like that.
Oh, you need jail cells and shit on that.
I hate having like pieces like completely lost in the back, and with like masterpieces, like the Seekers take up so much fucking real estate. It can be fairly obnoxious.
Yeah, but I was going to go in for is it Deltoffs, the glass cases that IKEA do?
Yeah.
I was going to get those, and I just you have to cram everything in them. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah,
got to give my baby some space.
I have 4 of them, but I don't have any Transformers in them. I have like you gotta like if you had Detox like the thing that like you could put like Utopia in one, you know what I mean, and like your combiners in them and stuff like that. But if you don't have like a big like shelf presence piece to put in them, it just starts looking junky.
Well, too, is they're deceptively small.
Yeah,
like they're not very tall, and they're not very large. And then you're looking at paying like $90 a piece, and if you don't live by an IKEA, which we're getting one in Columbus finally in like 2 years, year and a half from now. So if I was to ship one of those things, it's like another $70 in shipping.
Yeah.
No, they're more than that, dude.
The shipping
I think the Detox are like $60, and I think it costs like $300 to ship one.
No, I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, I tried to do this. I tried to get Detox. They were like $60 a piece, and with the shipping for one was going to be about $250 or $300.
I know their shipping kills.
Regardless of the shipping cost, the point I was getting to was I see so many people saying that got them shipped that like they paid all the money to have them shipped and they still arrived broken. Oh, hey, can I give a real time? It's not going to be real time in a week, but I want to give a shout out to Adam Tucker, who actually listens to the show, and he may not comment on the Facebook page as much as he should, but he does give us some feedback. He heard me say I want a set of those Waspinator repaints, and not only did he offer to grab them from me from the store when he ordered his, he also offered to float them to me in case I was short on cash. So so shout out. Never mentioned it to him. He heard it on the show, so it proves that he listens.
Yeah, no, he sent us a couple dispatches and everything. He said that one of his dispatches we never played, so I'm guessing that it got lost in the sauce somewhere.
Well, one thing, I don't know. Someone sent a M4A, the Windows Media thing, and that does not play nicely with Mac, so that one I could not get translated. So even on a Windows PC, I couldn't actually get it to convert to something I could use. So
I think I have something that can convert it because I think Robert sent me a bunch of it and I had to figure it out. But I will work on that here this next week. I'm trying to think. Like last week, we've had some feedback from one individual on YouTube, and I'm trying to find his profile so I can shout him out because he has his comments disabled. Here it is, Bradley A. Bradley A, and your last name ends with O. Just as a
That's
heads
O?
up, dude, you have it set in your YouTube settings that comments are disabled for your comment. So there's a lot of times where you say stuff and we would reply to you, but we can't. So just didn't want you to think that you were being ignored. Anyway,
or maybe you are. We just don't care.
Yeah, he's lying.
Let's do a couple questions and move on.
I bumped one to the top, if you'll notice, and the reason I did that is because it's been down there for 3 weeks, and I dug the link up, but we never got to it. It was the guy who was asking if any of us had heard what happened to the Dr. Wu Bumblebee faces, and he's probably already found out by now. But I actually dug up a link in that thread, which I'm sure it's buried because it's CFW. It's probably buried under fucking bullshit at this point. But Justin, I'll ask Justin very nicely and give him a little handy to put it somewhere in the show notes. Apparently, he canceled those in favor of another project. He canceled that in favor of the heads because of the mixed responses, and he just didn't want to waste his time with something that no one was happy with because Dr. Wu does it like that. He actually makes shit that he wants because he's a collector and he's got skill.
He's been fairly quiet recently.
He's put out some stuff that just hadn't really been getting pressed, like those wheeljack weapons and the heads for. I mean, Well, here's the thing too. Like, you heard a whole lot about him a few months ago, or even a year ago, because he had put out like that Prime sword, and then it was in like 15 colors, and then everyone got an exclusive color, and so you heard a lot. Like he was putting out a lot, but he only put out the one fucking thing in like 15 colors. But I don't know. I like what he does. I like his stuff. He's a good guy. He's a good designer.
So we'll do as many of these round robin as we can. Antoine, good friend of the show and one of the founding hosts, who you can check out his group Third Party Unlimited on Facebook. He said, you think, and I may have paraphrased this because I just had to, a lot of times I can't copy and paste it, but you think at the rate Third Party is going now, that with the transition, Bobby said a few episodes back, from Chug to MP, that these companies and new companies are making the figures that Takara is making at the moment, may later on make most fans say, sorry Takara, but I damn near have season 1 and 2 done. With season 3 getting started, I don't need you right now because you took forever. And we'll just go round robin. Greg.
Whoa, hold on now. Don't be picking me first. I gotta get my notes together.
Okay.
No, I was just kidding. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll always buy if it's a good official Takara Masterpiece over a party, or I'll replace it with, because Takara Masterpiece is probably my favorite one. And with the whole taking forever, I mean, you gotta think that Takara is putting out more than just one figure, at a time. Like Takara told me puts out several product lines, not just Transformers. So, I mean, it's not like they're taking forever. I mean, they have one division that's focused. I mean, that's like saying, like Hasbro takes forever putting out Tigers figures. You know what I mean? That's just one little drop in the bucket of what they do, of their several properties. So I don't think it's fair that people will say, "Oh, Masterpiece is taking forever, and why do we only get 3 a year?" But you got to think. I mean, it's a company; they do a lot of stuff. So I mean, and to be honest too, a lot of these quote unquote Masterpiece third party figs, I mean, outside of the fans toy stuff, like most of that stuff is, we've talked about this before, it's mostly oversized Chug figures that people kind of fit their collections. Like Carrie, I don't think Carrie's a Masterpiece Rodimus. That's just a big Chug figure. The same thing with the Astro Train, and I have the DX9 Astro Train with my MPs, but that's neither here nor there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I just think that product that, for the most part, I think the product that people are buying from third-party companies is just because they're impatient. As far as Masterpiece scaled stuff goes, okay. I think whatever Takara puts out generally is better, aesthetically at least, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm a patient man. I plan on living to at least 55, so,
Robert.
Well, first of all, Brave, don't hate us. We know you love that carry. At least I know. But I'm in no rush. I mean, fuck, shit's moving so fast now. I got to settle some fucking cases. This pre-order's gonna hit. I mean, I don't know. I don't got that Baldwin money, for the Bobby Skullface porn star money. I gotta fucking worry about some taste. But it's moving fast enough for me, and I'm patient. If I don't like it, I won't buy it. I'm not gonna jump on it out of desperation, and it's not easy to do. But if I happen to get something that later on Takara comes out with, like what shit? What would it be, for example? I mean, the only thing comparable would be like Fans Toys, right? If Takara came out with a Shockwave, it would have to blow me away for me to get rid of my Quagewave. Just same thing with the Dinobots at this point. It would have to really blow me away. But I think Fans Toys is generally an exception. And I mean, I don't know about these, the Mucky Toys headmasters. Maybe they're coming up too. Mickey Toys. But generally speaking, the third party stuff is awesome, but it's generally, not all the time. It's if Takara's coming out with something, I'd want the masterpiece. But that's why I want to be very selective. I don't want to just, what I see is wasting my money on something I think is going to get replaced. I don't believe in a shelf warmer for my collection. Some people do. They're like, oh, it's a great stand-in. I think it's a waste of money. You're better off having less on your shelf and have sometimes less is more, and have quality rather than quantity. But that's just my
that's why you're into the little guys. I see.
Oh, they're awesome. You're just hating on those little butt plugs.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Matt, check the chat real quick. Oh shit, sorry. I was gonna say, check the chat when you get a chance.
Matt, what's your take on this subject, by the way?
I think Greg hit it on the dot. I mean, like I've always said, you got all these third parties saying they're a masterpiece, scale, but I don't consider them masterpiece.
Okay, but let's talk about the ones that not the ones that you don't feel are, but the ones that you do feel are, if you feel any are.
Fans Toys, the Dinobots, I think come very, very close. Probably just as good as I think MP could do as far as Dinobots. That's the only ones that I really think that come close.
So would you swap out?
Would I swap them out for Masterpiece? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I love them, and they will always be on my shelf, but I do not still consider them Masterpiece figures. I think they're just great representations of the G1, and if anything that Masterpiece comes out with, that's what I'm going to go with. I mean, that's
so you'd replace Perceptor, you'd replace your Dinobots with Takara Tomy Masterpiece.
Yes.
Copy that. Let's see who we have up next. Lenny.
All right. Well, if you had have asked me this 12 months ago, I would have said everything on my shelf that's third party is just shelf warming until Masterpiece make it. But then you pick up a few things along the way and you think, well, I think this is possibly better than what Takara can do. I wouldn't replace my Quakewave. I don't think a Masterpiece could be any better than that. I don't think, well, probably any of the Fans Toy stuff, to be honest. I've already sold my MP Rodimus because I'm getting carry, and I know it isn't exactly a Masterpiece figure, but I think it looks better than the Masterpiece. So,
right, I got you. So
I just want the best representation of any character in my collection. That's my rule.
I hear you, Justin.
This one's tough for me because I want to say that I would go for the Masterpiece because I'm a quote unquote Masterpiece collector. I love the whole line, but like, if the MP11 Starscream mold came out as a cone head, I don't think I'd bother replacing my cone heads.
Yeah.
I hear that.
The Shockwave, I would like to think that the Hasbro Shockwave would be better, but or Takara, I should say, but I don't see how that's even possible,
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Inside, I would like to say I'd do it to support the Masterpiece brand, but at the same time, I honestly can't see buying another Shockwave or buying more Dinobots or whatever else.
Oscar.
I can't say I really have this problem big time. Like the only thing I got that's MP that hasn't there is Citizen Stack. When they released the Ultra Magnus, yeah, I had my Knox, but I was calling them fat, and then I was calling Citizen Stack fucking. I was calling Citizen Stack the meth, the after effects of using meth constantly because he's a lot slimmer than. But that's where you have good experiences. Like when I went to Roberts, I got to mess with a lot of the stuff that he had. I have a Hexatron from Mastermind Creations. I don't see Takara making a masterpiece scale version of that character anytime soon. So it harkens back to what Greg said. Takara doesn't just do Transformers. Look at their. Go ahead and look. Go look on bbts.com. They got well over 20 different lines that they have licensed to. Including Transformers.
Right.
So
hey, we don't use that website until we get a check. Oscar.
And we are always open to checks.
Yes. There's no more baby blood jokes. I don't see the problem.
Real quick, I'm almost dead on with Lenny. Like I 12 months ago, I would have said everything is waiting for a proper Takara Tomy replacement. But at this point, I haven't been. While I've been happy with the last few Masterpiece releases, I haven't been overly impressed.
Well, aren't you guys fucking cute?
And I have been. I have enjoyed my last 3 Fans Toys products, which is like all the Fans Toys
Would
products.
you consider them other ones masterpieces?
Which
like,
other?
Like War Dog and Mirage and all that stuff.
No.
They're just scaled.
Yeah.
Masterpiece scale.
No, I'm talking about now. I'm interested to see what MMC does with their Studio Ox Masterpiece line, and I'm interested to see what Make Toys does with their Masterpiece line because they might all be in the same boat when it's all said and done. But I can't call that until I get my hands on them. But as far as the Fans Toy stuff, like I can't see myself swapping out the Dinobots. I can't see myself swapping out Perceptor. I can't see myself swapping out Reflector. I just don't see it. I think that Fans Toys is on a better track at the moment than Takara Masterpiece.
Oh, damn you.
But that's just me.
It's in beauty's in the eye of the beholder, dude. I mean,
sure, absolutely.
That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, really quick. I mean, I didn't swap out my MP Starscream when fucking Takara released the new mold for Starscream.
Well,
that was a mistake.
Well, that's
you might be
stupid.
foolish for that one.
Oh no, because I have both molds, and I like just to have something different. I actually like that mold better, which is weird because of those fucking hips.
I just want to add Hail Batcube. I think their figures are masterpieces. I ordered their Insecticons as well as the Fans Toys ones. I'll swap them both out of Star. If Takara makes a set, I'll swap them both out.
See, I'm doing Fans Toys and MMC.
Baller.
But with the Insecticons, it's one of those things where if Takara came out with them, I'd probably just get a set 2 and just have 3 sets of Insecticons. It's like a troop building thing.
Well, yeah, remember that episode where they had those retarded ass fucking clones flying around? I figured the bad cube can be the retarded ass clones.
I brought out the short bus.
I wasn't in on those until I saw Vangelis review them, and just something about that smooth, sexy, made for radio voice. Just I was just like pre-order, like a fucking zombie.
We're gonna
exactly.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. We're gonna do one more question because it's real quick and we can go round robin. If for everyone else, we have your questions. We will get to them. It's just been crazy recently with fucking news and topics. So this one is from Tyler L. Not to be confused with Tyler F. And Tyler L says, which company would you recommend for third-party Dinobots? I figured this one would be relatively easy for most folks, so we'll go round robin. And Robert.
Fans Toys.
Justin.
Takara.
Justin advises that you play the waiting game.
Justin advises that. How long have you been listening to the show?
Right. Greg.
Actually, you cut out on my end. I couldn't hear you when you said the question. I just heard Takara. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Which company would you advise? Which third-party company would you advise for a Dinobot set?
Oh, Possible Toys.
Oh, you took my shit. Damn it.
Mech idea.
We're ridiculous. I love it.
I want Tetra Dinobots.
Stop.
I was all in on the fans toys, but I really like the Giga Power guy. I finally remember his name, and I'm really interested to see what they do. If mass aesthetic is your thing, if you're not looking to swap out your Grimlock, then I'd go with fans toys. If you're looking to start from scratch, I'd look into the Giga Power. I'm in a minority here, but it's just
Matt.
Fans Project. Wait, damn.
I said it. The ships all the way.
Hail Hasbro.
Oscar.
Oh, it's everything.
Which third-party company would I recommend to buy the Dinobots? Toy World.
And
Not really. No.
Drop ship.
Fans toys, I guess, because I mess with Robert's fans. Whoa, that sounds gay. I mess with Robert's fans toys, Scoria and Soar, so those are pretty sweet.
Wait, can I change my answer to Age of Extinction?
No, that is not allowed.
If Mech Ideas would come out with Dinobots, I'd be all in.
Paddle.
No, Megaform.
Megaform,
that's it, sorry.
Lenny.
Well, it all comes down to which is the best combining Dinobot set. So only Dinobots don't fucking combine. Fans toys.
Did you say combine? I didn't hear the combine part. Oh
what?
shit.
No. Lenny was taking a piss.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking British now.
Yeah.
You know what? I changed my answer. Bold form because those faces, man. Those
I
faces.
thought that was Megaform. It was Megaform.
That was Megaform.
Whatever.
Dude,
Same shit. They're not getting made.
Let's start like a campaign of like remember when we did what was it? Bring back our Was it a MMC thing? Bring back
Talon.
our
Bring back our Talon.
Yeah, bring back our Talon. We should start like a bring back our Megaform. Try to revitalize that line.
Looks like they did not. They look like they did not MP Ironhide's face. They really do.
And I too
we need a third party company involved on this one, guys.
I too
Fucking
say
Injustice.
I've got the Giga Power Snarl, and he's really good also. So it in my opinion, it definitely comes down to those two. I just prefer the fans.
Snarl.
I just
Fan
prefer
hello, by the way.
Gutter. I just prefer the fans toys personally. But yeah, so that's that. Let's do some. Oh, by the way, make sure to send your dispatch. By the way, Oscar, that was a fucking fantastic idea. We love getting the dispatches. If you have something you want to chime in on about, especially like listeners, like we have like not just ML, but anybody. If you have some thoughts about the elitism with third party versus the main line or whatever, send in a dispatch. We'd love to get them for next week. Shardouts real quick to Third Party Unlimited on Facebook, as I mentioned, at Real Robot and PlastiqueFreak.com. And also, they at Real Robot and Mega Toy Fan are starting a podcast, Mega Toy Cast, I think is what it's called. So when they get that up and running, check it out because they're both pretty entertaining and knowledgeable guys.
See who the man in that relationship is.
Be sure to follow at Fear Corpse on Twitter. Good all around dude. And WK Toys and I Am Ratchet for your first party and third party and G1 needs, as well as third party TF Crashes run by Optimus Primeul and TF Prototype, and as well as Realm of Collectors. They got a lot of big plans in the future, and they're also like a general good group of dudes.
Yeah,
I haven't encountered one direct member of that crew that I've thought was a dick. They're all pretty stand-up fellows.
Shout out to Dust Mites. He's from my neighborhood in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Shout
fucking
out,
Dust. What's
Everybody's
up,
from
Dust?
your fucking neighborhood.
We need to turn that into a thing. Where fucking Robert's always saying he's from our neighborhood.
How many of the people does Robert actually know?
No, I didn't know that. No, you understand my
Might as
area.
well start having that old LL Cool J song "Around My Way" playing every time you fucking say that.
Lenny.
Mites would agree with me that where I come from in Brooklyn, where we come from in Brooklyn, is a veritable armpit. It's a veritable armpit, and when when you meet somebody from the area, you have an automatic connection. because you grew up with the same.
Because they mugged you.
Either one, you want to shoot them or stab them? Which one?
Dust is a really cool dude. He
he really is. He is.
He works with a few like artists, like with this like independent record label called Cobra Law Records, which is just an awesome name for a record company. But after he heard Solid Unit, like he hit me up and he was like, "Hey man, we want to do a guest spot." And I was like, "Dude, I don't think I'm the guy that you want. I'm really just fucking having a go." But he's a good dude, man. That whole team over there is like a very like positive group of guys. So definitely just search the hashtag Realm of Collectors on Instagram, and they'll be sure to pop up. They'll probably pop up on Facebook and every other fucking bullshit social media as well, but they're definitely on Instagram for sure. That being said, Oscar, take us out of here.
As always, you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/ShatteredCast Uncut. Look us up on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. My God, our Blogspot account. Just Google Shattered Cast Uncut and watch us just blow up. Or Google third party, and you will see us pop up. So until then, for me and other members of the Sacrilegious Seven, I want to go ahead and just tell you guys to always collect responsibly. And for the love of Primus, wow, I actually fucked up the exit.
Yeah.
For all the other members of the Sacrilegious Seven, make sure, in the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other.
Shut the fuck up, shit.